Hi guys, I'm Midnaliin, and this is Twilight Princess Any Percent, where we're going to try to finish the game in any percentage possible to go as fast as possible. And with me I have Meewix. She's going to help me commentate.
Hi, I'm Meewix. I'm also a Twilight Princess speedrunner.
Yes, Meewix speedruns Wii Any Percent, which is just as cool as GameCube. This one is GameCube though, so we have some GameCube exclusive glitches that we want to show you guys. And I did just want to shout out, this game is getting really exciting right now. We have a new world record by JDLM, who got a record of beat by 2 minutes. It's a 2:46 now because of we have a brand new glitch in this game known as Pogate Skip, which we will talk about, but maybe not show you guys in this run. So we'll get started here. I'm just going to go in as our same names here because it actually does not matter. It goes back to those same names after Back in Time. And we're going to do a countdown. So after I click off the screen, the timer will start. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right.
Good luck.
We're just gonna Thank you. We're going to skip through this cutscene. There's a lot of cutscenes you can skip to save time in this game. But we do have an incentive for one of our cutscenes where you can go in as human, and it is super goofy and funny. So yeah, that might be the one we don't skip in this. I'm not going to say race, but no, it is just a speed run. So
a race
we're going to grab our
time.
Yeah, race against time. We're going to grab our rock. His name is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And we're going to go into our gate here. Her name is Gertrude, and hopefully she's nice to us. We're going to be able to clip right into the bridge once she lets us through. Sometimes she's mean. This gate is actually completely RNG. All right, and we're on the bridge, and we're going to do a trick called Back in Time. So essentially, we're just jumping off the bridge and resetting on the same frame. Whoops. And that is going to put us on the bridge in the title screen. And that gives us a few perks. It's going to give us Epona Tamed, but it's also going to give us the Orden Sword and Hylian Shield, which is super huge. It's going to save us a ton of time. Usually, casually, you would have to do a lot of the Orden mini games and do herd some goats, which we are going to herd goats, but we don't have to herd as many. And they're just going to give us a lot of different flags that are going to help us later on as well. So this also helps us escape Orden too, which is really nice. So we can just go talk to Coro right away and get our lantern, which we're going to use for a lot of the run as well. And you got to make sure you roll as well. Rolling is the faster movement than just running.
And like Mid was saying, when you do Back in Time, you'll notice that our rupee count has reset, and also the name that you chose on the title screen gets reset to Link. So unfortunately, we can't keep it. But there is a mod now that you can use in these kinds of showcases where you can keep the name Link and the horse name Epona.
And I'm going to put my lantern out just so you guys can see through here because the cave is super dark. You just need the lantern for a couple of these cobwebs as well.
Usually when we do speed runs, we don't equip the lantern here, and we're rolling pretty much in the dark, which you can see now that she's unequipped the lantern. It's pretty dark in that cave.
Yeah, and we want to make sure we're saving our lantern oil as well, so it's just better to put it away. Essentially what Link is up to right now is he's trying to save Tallow. Because Tallow, casually, although we didn't see it because we did a giant skip in the game, she got captured by some Bokos. So we have to save her and a monkey. And then we're going to get pulled away to do some goat herding. So we're going to see some cute goats in a second here.
Just going to whack the Boko first.
Yeah, that guy likes to hit you and slow you down, so it's just better to smack him. Teach him a lesson.
Being rude is fast. I'm so sad.
Yes, that's a lot of this game. You're just super rude to a lot of NPCs just to save an extra second.
So here, Mid's trying to do some frame perfect rolls to try and keep her speed as high as possible. There's a lot of hills and slopes in this area and also a lot of lag. So she's trying to keep her roll speed high. And you can also do some lag reduction strats with the C stick to change your angle of the camera.
Yeah, it's especially something you want to do when you get to areas like Lake Hylia or like the desert especially is very lag heavy. So there is our Tallow and her monkey that are trapped. So we're just gonna smack up these bokos and free her real quick.
Once again, we're gonna whack the bokos.
Yes, we're very mean to the bokos today.
Okay, so let's take a look at Mid's text mashing here.
Yeah, we always mash through text just to save an extra bit of time. Obviously, it's slow to read through what everyone's saying.
Yep, so she's doing that just by alternating A and B on the
A and
controller.
B, yeah. And now we're going to get to our cute goat segment. We're going to herd some goats. We have 20 of them. We got to get into the barn. But first, we got to admire how cute these goats are. So we're going to go give them a little pet.
Hi, goats.
Right on the bum there.
Aww.
And then you can also make them mad, which is, I find very hilarious.
Light them on fire.
I don't know if you can light goats on fire with a lantern that is covered, but
They didn't.
if we had like a torch.
Yeah.
It's not a risk I would run in real life. That fur looks flammable.
Yeah.
So
You don't
here,
light
Mid.
up any cute goats on fire.
Here, Mid is doing the goat herding section of the game. So there's an RNG element to this. The goats always spawn in the same position, facing the same angle. But what's RNG is how they react to Link whooping at them. So you can see at the bottom of the screen, it says press A to whoop. So when she whoops, depending on how close she is to the goat, they can react in different ways. So here she's doing a great job.
Very mad at me.
Oh,
When they turn red, they like will leave and like attack Link. So that was very lucky that he got in before he was able to retaliate.
Was a very angry Howard.
Yeah.
if you whoop at them too much, they get really mad. Also, if you hit them with your sword, they get mad. Believe it or not.
Well, I would get mad if you hit me with a sword too. So that one's a little more understandable.
Okay, so because Mid did back in time at the beginning of the game, like she said, she has the flag set for having Epona tamed already. That flag is supposed to be set right after Elden Twilight, which is the time that we're supposed to be getting the iron boots. So because the game thinks that we've already tamed Epona, it thinks that it's time for us to get the boots. So what we can do is come to Bo and wrestle him for the boots around 7 minutes into the run, which is very useful for us. So Mid's just going to be advancing through some text here, and then she's going to be able to do some wrestling.
Yes, and this wrestling is very RNG. There are some things you can do to kind of avoid him being rude to you. Like in the first phase, you want to slap him instead of grab. It's just a little bit more likely that he's going to cooperate with you. Like so.
But yeah, this fight here is essentially rock, paper, scissors, where Bo can slap you, he can grab you, and he can dodge you. So we try and slap in order to get a one cycle and knock him off as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I usually 2 cycle just because I'm not as good at mashing. But if you're really good at mashing, you can 1 cycle him. Oh, he was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bo, for blessing this Frame Patel's run.
Thank you, Bo. Bo can be very mean. A lot of people reset on Bo.
Yeah.
He can be really mean sometimes.
And just like that, we have the iron boots. And those are very useful to us later in the game as well.
Okay, so you're going to see that Mid is going to make a save, which is going to be really important for a glitch later on in the run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be used for kind of what we did at the beginning, like back in time, but it's called back in time equipped. So the only real difference with that is we are going to be seeing KB1 and using him to make a boss flag for later dungeons.
And KB1
Also,
is King Bulblin 1. The first time we fight King Bulblin.
Yeah, King Bulblin, he has all different numbers because there's you see him 4 times.
As we're navigating, do you have time for a couple quick donations?
We do, for sure.
Because I have here a $250 donation. Very, very generous. Thank you so much from Freemboy, who says, this March, I watched Frost Fatales for the first time at a very difficult time in my life. After 24 years of being associated with the wrong gender and just feeling like something's off, I finally had my breakthrough moment in which the FF community played an enormous role. Thank you so much for everything. Y'all are literal inspirations and life changers. Also, Janky Wolflink, I'd like to call Wonk, less than 3, and trans rights forevermore. Thank you so, so much for your generosity. I'm so glad that Fatales has been able to help you on your personal journey, and I'm so glad that you can donate and help us on our journey to try to help other women in the world.
It's really lovely, yeah.
Also, our journey to see Wonky Wolflink, which, just saying, we're less than $50 away from $77,000 overall, which would be a great way to get a few more dollars for our Wonky Wolflink. And Midnaliin, would you like to tell us any other secrets or specifics about our Wonk friend?
Wait, what do you mean about our Wonk friend?
About our cutscene friend, yeah.
Oh, the cutscene. Yeah, because you're not supposed to be human there at all. And the game definitely, that shows in the game because he is just all over the place. You'll see if you if that incentive goes through. It is very funny.
I've never seen the cutscene before, so please make it happen so that I can see it.
Yeah, it is essentially the game trying to make human Link look like Wolf Link, and it just does not pan out.
Okay, so here we are in the sewers. This is kind of like a tutorial section of the game to get used to Wolf Link's movement and using a few mechanics that he has, such as digging and using the senses. So here we're kind of getting to a point called the tower climb. So we're going to be going up this tower here, and Mid's going to be trying to do a trick here to make the... How would you explain what that trick is?
We're essentially skipping the Midna text because casually you jump down there because the little piece of bridge falls, and she goes like, "Oh, what are you doing?" and whatnots. But if you just jump in a precise way, you can skip that little text at the bottom, and then she'll let you jump when you get back up. That trick is a little bit tricky. That's why it's called a trick. Tricky trick, yeah. Because if you jump too far left, you'll skip the text, but you won't actually trigger the ability to do the minute jump when you get back up. I was also trying to get a one-framer there off the roof, but unfortunately I didn't get it because it just skips that little bit of dialogue with Midna at the roof.
So we'll talk about one-framers a little bit here because it's going to be important later in the run. But essentially, there is one frame between when Midna talks to us and when an action happens, such as a text box or one frame in which you can put an input. So we can use that to our advantage and skip some Midna text by doing a frame perfect input, either to jump attack out of a trigger, or you'll see later on when we do Gorge Void to skip some Midna text that forces us to warp.
Yeah, it essentially just skips the animation of Midna flying to the place when you do Midna jumps, and you just can automatically jump. So it is very useful.
Do you have a quick moment for a quick announcement?
Yeah.
because we have, in fact, reached $77,000 so far raised in the event. Thank you so, so much, everyone. That's very, very generous. And also, $77,000 exactly. We didn't overshoot. It's very impressive.
Let's go.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Mid, do you want me to talk about Sword and Shield Skip, or do you need to focus?
Sure, yeah, I'll focus up for this part, and then you can explain it.
Okay, so Mid is approaching a trick called Sword and Shield Skip. This is a very hard trick. It tends to be the trick that bottlenecks a lot of beginner runners because it can take a while to get it for the first time. So it's a very dynamic trick, and essentially what we're trying to do is we want to get into Farron, but Midna won't let us in until we have the sword and the shield. So if you've been watching closely, you'll see that we do have a sword and shield on our back from when we did Back in Time, but technically those items are not in our inventory. So we only have them equipped, but they're not in the inventory. So because of that, what we're going to do is lure this Balblin over. His name is Hugo. And Hugo's going to swing at us a few times, but Midnaliin can do a enemy long jump attack here to get some extra height and speed. Oh, it's okay.
That wasn't the best position, but that's okay. So to reset it, you just jump off the bridge. So luckily, you can reset this trick pretty easily.
So she's going to try it again, but basically what we want to do is jump over a ground trigger that has Midna saying to turn around and get the sword and the shield, and jump into an air trigger which lets us into Farron. So it's a pretty precise trick. And yeah, it's also Hugo's birthday today. So if everybody could say a happy birthday to Hugo, that would be really nice.
Happy birthday, Hugo!
If enough people wish him happy birthday, maybe he'll be nice and let us through.
Yes.
Listen,
He's our
chat.
special boy.
If you would like to wish a happy birthday to Hugo, just put in a donation comment and we will send Hugo all of your well wishes. And also, someone has pointed out that 77,000 is almost to the true goal. 77,777, which sounds incredible. Can we make it all sevens? I believe in you guys. So get those happy birthdays for Hugo, and also as many sevens as we can have, because that also would get us very, very close to our goal of watching our wonky cursed lake cutscene.
So Mid just has to avoid in between attempts because Hugo only has so much health, and if we kill him, it is very bad. He does not respawn if you kill him, so she's just gonna hit him one time and then avoid.
We need our Hugo friend to be healthy on his birthday.
Well,
who wants to be
not
sick
entirely
on their birthday?
healthy.
Okay, mostly healthy on his not dead on his birthday.
Yeah.
Like, it might be rude to be attacking over his head, but like at least we're not doing too much damage, right?
That's true, we could be killing him.
Alrighty, and we're through, so...
Woo!
Awesome, good job, Mid.
Yeah.
Can we get
Again,
some
that's a
claps
super
in chat
difficult
for that?
trick. Yeah, great job. She makes it look a lot easier than it is, but it's a pretty precise trick.
Yeah, there's a couple methods to do it. I usually use the no slide method, so I have to make sure Hugo is on that little like white dot before I go for it.
Yeah, there are a couple methods of doing it. There's a slide and a no slide, which essentially that just means, you know, whether or not you're sliding in between the jump attack into the trigger.
Right.
But both methods require different positions for Hugo. So people tend to have one that they prefer doing over the other. I'm also a no slider.
Yeah. I find no slide is a lot easier because there's just less timing involved. With slide, you have to time, your slide before you go, but no slide, you just hold forward and hit A twice.
Okay, so here, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, sure, yeah. So this is the tutorial for Midna charges. So essentially, Midna lets you try to do it on your own, but you can't because you need Midna to kill the Shadow Beasts. But it shows you how essentially to kill the Shadow Beasts since they're seen a lot in this game. So you're able to... We just Midna charge the first one, and then we kill the other two. You just want to make sure you never leave one alive, because if one is alive, it will scream and alert, or resurrect the other ones. So you essentially just need all three of them to die. Not necessarily at the same time, but just not, one alive.
Yeah, and the Midna charge will be super duper useful in a short amount of time when Mid does a trick called Early Master Sword, which is one of the most famous tricks of the speedrun. So we'll talk about it more when we get there. But for the time being, you'll notice that she's opting not to collect any of the tears from the Twilight bugs. On the GameCube version of this game, you can actually skip Fair and Twilight, which is what she's doing right now, and not collect any of the tears and clear. You don't need to clear Twilight in Farron.
Yeah, because you can use the boomerang to escape Farron early without clearing the boss or the tears.
Do you have a quick moment for a few donations?
Yeah.
Because we do have $77 from Hugo's friend, who would like to say, Happy 77th to Hugo! May the next 77 be filled by as many bridges. Thank you so much for the happy birthday well wishes. We also have $7 from Sailor Jade, who says, Happy birthday, Hugo! Thank you, y'all. It's very sweet of you to help him celebrate his special day.
Such nice birthday wishes. Okay, so I'm not sure if you saw that, but Mid just did a trick called Early Master Sword. So this trick is super duper cool. Essentially what you do is you do a super jump using the Midna charge that we just learned. And we do it off of a shadow beast whose name is Jamal. So when Jamal does his swing, Mid times a super jump at just the right moment so that she is launched up and out of bounds. And then she can run out of bounds and jump over to the Sacred Grove. So kind of an oopsie from the developers to put them so close together, but we use it to our advantage to get the Master Sword super duper early in the game. We're not supposed to be getting the Master Sword until after Lakebed Temple. So it's nice to have it early, and we can kind of go into why that's important later on once we get it. But for now, you'll notice that she's running through the Sacred Grove, focusing on her lines here to try and be as efficient as possible to get through the Sacred Grove.
Yeah, there's some vectoring and different movements you can do in Sacred Grove just to make sure you are getting through as fast as possible. Obviously, it helps because speedrunners know where to go, whereas casual players might not know where to go right away, so it definitely saves time that way.
Yeah, she's just guessing really well.
Yeah, just lucky guess, obviously.
Yeah, she's very lucky. It's all those sevens from earlier.
Yeah, lucky sevens. I gotta go to the casino later.
You can bring Hugo for his birthday.
I've been given fun math facts. I need y'all to know that I didn't calculate this because I cannot do math that fast. But according to our sources, another $770 towards the incentive would put us about 77% of the way there.
No way.
I recommend a $7 donation train for 77% of the way to our incentive. And also 77777.
Yay,
Did I say the right number of sevens? If only there were 7 sevens.
So here, Mid's just going to be killing some of these puppets in order to get this fight to go by a little bit faster. So Skull Kid is on a timer for blowing his horn, which happens after a puppet explodes. So you'll see that she's trying to kill a puppet, and then the timer begins until Skull Kid blows his horn.
Oh, that was lucky. I went a little bit early there because you're supposed to wait until Skull Kid obviously blows his horn. But it was like the same frame he was going up to do that. So, because usually if you jump a little bit too early, he'll teleport to another rock, and then you have to kill the puppet again. Yeah, but we're going to go up to the Master Sword puzzle now. So you're going to do the same how as we did when we first entered Secret Grove, and that's going to open up our puzzle with these 2 statues.
Okay, good luck on the puzzle. Think really hard.
And again, we're just going to have a lucky guess because it's a 777 lucky day. We're just going to get super lucky and get the
that's
puzzle.
why.
Yeah, we don't actually know the solution. We're just guessing.
It changes every time.
Twilight Princess is actually a puzzle game.
So if you saw on the screen there that little flash, that's Mid doing a frame perfect tap of, is it the Y button or the X button? Sorry, I'm a Wii runner. I don't play GameCube.
Yeah. It is the X button, senses button.
Just outed myself, but she's pressing the senses button to do a frame perfect turn on of the senses. So there's 12 of them that you can do, and if you get all 12, you are destined for greatness.
You are destined for a PB if you get all 12. And then we'll get our Master Sword. So this is one of the cutscenes we actually cannot skip, along with
this is a good pee break.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is where we get the Master Sword. The Master Sword is going to let us do a lot in this run. It's going to let us transform, which is huge. Also, the reason why we get that goofy cutscene in MDH, because we can transform into human. We're not supposed to be. So it can cause some funny things like that. It's also going to give us access, a little bit of early access to some things, including the Lakebed Temple. You need the Master Sword to give you the flag that gives you the okay to enter Lakebed after doing Pillar Clip, which you will see Pillar Clip coming up too. What else does the Master Sword give you?
Increased damage. So before getting the Master Sword, we had the Orden Sword. So having the Master Sword lets us one cycle a lot of bosses, early bosses in the game. But like Mid said, really the biggest benefit is being able to transform at any time, and by extension, being able to warp anywhere. So that cuts out a lot of overworld movement that you would have to do just by dashing or running around or using Epona. Now we can just warp, which is a lot faster.
Oh yeah, warping also is huge. Obviously, you can't get too far without warping.
Yeah.
This just in, fast travel is fast. Viewers are baffled.
And Min is essentially telling us that we can transform now.
There's a cool little fact about this. You can actually get the Master Sword while still wearing the Orden clothes. It's possible to get here at that point. But unfortunately, if you try and pick up the Master Sword while still in the Orden set of clothing, the game crashes.
No.
I actually didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So
that makes
you usually
me so sad.
Yes. So you usually get to this point in the game after Lakebed Temple, which is where you get the Zora armor. And I guess like the game devs really wanted to have like the cinematic cutscene of Link in the hero's tunic. So what they did was they force him into the hero's tunic, just in case you come up to the Master Sword and you're still wearing the Zora armor. But if you haven't unlocked the tunic yet and you're still wearing the Orden clothes, the game just doesn't know what to do and it crashes. So, but it's fun because every now and then we get somebody in the Discord who wants to know if they can get the Master Sword or do an entire run with just the Orden clothes. But unfortunately, you need the Master Sword to kill Ganondorf at the end of the game. So it's currently not possible to do that.
That makes me so sad because there are several Zelda games where you fight Ganon in your pajamas. I wish it could be all of them. It's so funny. You roll out of bed and pick up a sword.
No, this is an adult Zelda game. It's for teens, so no pajamas, only serious business clothes.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll be an adult and get dressed first.
Twilight Princess had to get serious after Wind Waker. They're like, no more messing around with these cartoons. We gotta be dark and edgy.
No more pajamas.
Yeah.
Do you have a time? No, sorry. Do you have time for a couple quick donations?
For sure.
Because we do have some lovely Zelda love. Here's $25 from Ashla, who says Twilight Princess was the first game I ever beat. Super excited to see it on Fatales. Goat in! We did in fact see the goats go in the goat place.
That's awesome. Have TP as your first game you ever beat?
That's hype.
How do you play any other games after that?
Exactly.
As our Twilight Princess experts, is Twilight Princess the best Zelda game?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
It's the GOAT.
Oh, no, Mid, this is any percent.
Oh.
Well, that's quite a confident take. I really hope for all of our sakes that all of chat unanimously agrees with us. Don't tell anyone what my favorite Zelda game is.
I was going to say we can't say that too loud around Pippi because she loves Skyward Sword, I want to say. Skyward Sword is your favorite?
It's not actually. Fun fact. It's my favorite speedrun is Skyward Sword any percent, but it's not my favorite Zelda game. I'll put money on the line for this. I'll donate $15 to Malala Fund through Flame Fatales if somebody wants to donate and guess what my favorite Zelda game is.
Get those donations in there.
You can punish me.
We're going to see if our favorite spider cooperates with us here. You can get good RNG and she'll kind of just like let you climb up there without having to kill her. Let's see if she's going to participate for the Frame Fatales. Because of all you guys donated, look how nice she was to us.
Lucky sevens.
Lucky sevens.
Lucky sevens indeed.
That spider's name is Nancy. You'll notice that a lot of things in this game have names. The TB community is very big on naming everything. So we'll mention names for whatever exists.
What is the monkey's name? I actually never knew that. With the pink bow there?
Rose.
Do we have a name for her? Oh, Rose. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's just a name for absolutely every NPC.
Yeah. There's actually... Oh, do you want to go?
I was going to say, speaking of names, we're going to go see Ook now to get the boomerang. And Ook is also pretty RNG. He can give you 2 hops is the best RNG, but he can give you technically infinite hops. So we're hoping that doesn't happen in this run. Play for 2 to 3 hops would be ideal. We just have to knock him off his totem pole to get the boomerang.
Okay, so maybe while Ook is hopping, I can talk about forest bit that you just did.
Oh, yes.
You did just spawn in a bunch of monkeys out of the nothing.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Just don't even worry about it.
Yeah, so Mid's a monkey magician. She can just spawn in monkeys out of the blue. So to do that, she did a trick called Forest Back in Time. Well, it's actually Back in Time equipped because... is it equipped or is it just normal Back in Time?
It's Back in Time equipped.
Okay.
Because just since we go into the KB1, yeah.
Oh, right. So Mid used the save that she did outside of Bo's house earlier in the game. And what she did was she did Back in Time like she did at the beginning, where she reset and voided on the same frame. And that brought her back to the bridge. And then what she did when she voided was pull up the file select and select the save that she made outside of Beau's house. And that wrong warped her to the King Bulblin 1 fight. So the reason why we do that is because there's a mechanic in this game called it's called the boss flag. But essentially, when you start a boss fight, a flag is set that you've started a boss fight. And using that flag, a lot of interesting things can happen. So one of the things that can happen is that you can use that flag to tell the game that you've saved all of the monkeys. So when she got early boss flag, that's how she was able to kind of just spawn all of those monkeys out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they helped us to get across the bridge, which was hype when we got the boomerang. And then we're going to use the boomerang now to escape Farron. We're going to do something known as the Farron Escape. Shocking name. But we're going to do something called a long jump attack as well. So essentially, if you can throw the rang over a void, or if you're, I believe, higher than the rang, like if you have a greater Y value than where the rang is going, you're able to jump a lot further than intended. And that's going to help us jump over some of Midna's text triggers here, which is supposed to keep us from leaving. I'm just setting myself up a little bit here.
This is another tricky trick because it's pretty precise, and all you have for a Q is like a ground splotch.
A black dot, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty common for Twilight Princess, where we're using just like a black dot on the ground or the wall as a Q. So that's another tricky trick.
Yeah, luckily
doing
there
Postman
are some
skip?
setups. I am not. We're going to go see the postman and chat with him for a little bit. He's going to give us some nice letters.
It's always good to see the postman.
Yeah, you got to give him some love.
He's a cool character.
While he's giving you a delivery, can I deliver you some donations?
Absolutely.
Because we do have $5 from Chase, who says, favorite Zelda game? Obviously, gotta be Zelda CDI, The Wand of Gamelon. Excellent choice. I'm so happy for you. I can't say I've played that one, but sounds great. We had another person donate in to guess. Here's $5 from Lan, who said, is it Phantom Hourglass? It's not, but it's very, very cute. Phantom Hourglass is adorable. Also an excellent choice. I will also say we got $25 from Heldon Sabret, who says, I hear cursed cutscene and I must donate. What a good choice. Thank you so much for all the generosity, y'all.
So we're going into another pretty important trick. It's a quick trick. I keep rhyming all the tricky tricks and quick trick.
A quick tricky trick.
But this is known as Forge Void. So it is a frame perfect trick, and it is going to allow us to stay in this area, because if we miss it, Rena's going to force us out and we're going to have to reroute slightly.
Okay, I'll let you lock in. Good luck.
Get it? And we got it, so that's perfect.
Nice, let's go.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. You could say it is Void Gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Yeah, but that allows us to stay in the area. Essentially, the one frame was just Wolf Link jumping into the void. So then we can void out and still stay here. Now we're going to do Rupee Roll. I'll let you maybe explain that, Meewix, because I got to focus.
Okay, I can try my best. I don't do Rupee Roll in the version of the game I play. But this is a trick called Rupee Roll. You're going to boomerang the rupee, and then Mid's going to jump attack onto it to get some rupee text, and then she's going to roll off of the fence and kind of walk around this. Yeah, it's super cool. She's going to walk around this like ledge-like thing. And then she's going to do a boomerang long jump attack across the gorge to do gorge skip. So she's going to turn around and just throw the boomerang, do her LJA, and there she is across. So That is Rupee Roll. It is a very cool trick, looks super neat. I wish that we could do it on the Wii version, but we cannot LJA. So, but I always love watching people do it.
Yeah, sorry, I threw you under the bus because you guys can't. I picked the trick for you to explain that had the LJ in it.
It's okay. It can be fun to ask me to explain things I don't understand.
Is the LJA the only part you can't do in the Wii version? You can do the rest of it?
That's actually a really good question. So boomerang long jump attacks is one of the bigger things. I'd have to think about that. Like, that's definitely like the biggest difference between the two. And like, Wii has less lag as well.
What about back in time? Isn't your back in time different?
No, back in time is the same.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's less lag and faster loads on Wii. And there's also some exclusive Wii tricks that we do as well that you can't do on GameCube because we can do a first frame moon boots. So that's used in Goron Mines RTA. It's used in Pogate Skip, which we'll talk about later. But those are some Wii exclusive things.
And I guess Wii is also mirrored.
Yeah.
Right.
The map is mirrored. Yeah, they did it so that Link could be right-handed since you play with the Wii remote and the nunchuck. So that way, like, your movements would mirror what he does on the screen.
Right, yeah, because a lot of people are right-handed, so I just had to make Link right-handed on the Wii.
And they said left-handed people can suffer.
Yeah, I wish it was a setting. Like, in the DS games, they let you pick what hand you hold the stylus in, and it flips all of the UI if you pick the left hand over the right. So
oh, that's cool.
Can they just have it flip the game based on if you say you're left-handed or right-handed? That would be really cute.
That would be cute. That'd be nice.
That would be cool.
If anybody out there played either Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword on the Wii and are left-handed, please let us know how your experience went with that. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about it.
So now we're running across Hyrule Field. I need to go get the claw shot now. So I need to do something known as Pillar Clip. But before that, we are going to show you why gates are just a suggestion in this game. Because not only can we get through Gertrude, we can also just side hop through this gate to get to the Lineru area. Gonna give these guys a smack because we're immune to all NPCs in this game. And we're just gonna side hop right through there. Just a suggestion, you don't actually need a key.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then that's gonna bring us to the Lineru area for a Pillar Clip.
Mid made that look very easy, but that gate can be a little annoying sometimes.
Yes.
Do you have a quick moment for a few more donations?
We do.
Wonderful. Because I've got $5 here from Backside of Water, who says, well, Zelda game being run, you know I have to do it. Well, excuse me, princess. Thank you for the many, many yous. And also a quick update that we are less than $100. You know what? Even less than that. We're less than $70 away from being halfway to the Wolf Link jank cutscene. Midnaliin, do you happen to know how much time we have left to hit that?
Just
so
give me 1 second. Sorry, I was going to focus for the top swimming here. It's very easy to drown.
First.
Okay. I would say this MDH app. MDH is after Morpheal, so I would say we've been a good maybe like hour and a half before that time.
Okay. Chat, you heard the runner. We have an hour and a half, which is a good amount of time, until you blink and it all disappears because...
Yeah.
Listen, time goes real fast when you're speedrunning. So... Please, if you would like to see it, get your donations in.
All right, so Mid just did a trick called Pillar Clip, and it's a way to get into Lake Bed Temple early. So essentially what she did was she used the iron boots to sink down into Lake Hylia towards a pillar, and then she got under the pillar and then took off the boots and swam up. Wait. Swam. So she swam up, and then she called Midna, and then during the Midna call animation, Link sort of floats up a little bit and clips out of bounds. So you can use that clip out to swim over to the lake bed entrance using tap swimming, which is equipping and unequipping the iron boots. And you have barely just enough air to do that, which is sort of a common occurrence with Lake Bed Temple, having just enough air to do things.
Yes, especially with the Morpheal fight, that's when you're going to struggle with oxygen as well, which we will get into that more because we're not getting the Zora armor in this run. We're going to be using what is known as water bomb refills to refill our air. So we'll explain that more later on. We won't be fighting Morpheal quite yet, though. We're just here for the claw shot right now. And then we're going to go clear the Twilight and also Snow Peak to get the ball and chain before we come back here for Morpheal. And we have Uku, our best friend.
Everybody's favorite character in the game.
I angled a little too far right there, but no biggie. I'm just going to, if that happens, you just climb back up and try again.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we don't have the claw shot yet, so this is painful. Link is getting his leg and arm exercise here.
I always forget that Twilight Princess didn't have jumps while climbing up vine walls.
Yeah.
Nope, no stamina. Just slow climbing. But I think
everybody hates on stamina, but you can jump up vine walls.
You hate it and
privilege.
You hate it until you have to climb up like a 10-meter wall.
I don't know how Link has infinite stamina for climbing up vine walls in this game. That sounds tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the reason we had to do that jump, I should explain, over the awning is just to access this area where Deku Toad is. It's just to access it a little bit early, and then we're going to do a couple long jump attacks over here.
Nice.
In order to access, we're actually accessing his boss room backwards. So we just have to look up in order to summon him. And the reason we can do this also is because of our boss flags earlier when we did Back in Time Equipped. This was one of the flags that we unlocked was early Deku Toad, because the game thinks that we have already completed Lake Bed Temple.
Yeah.
We're just gonna kill her babies because we were very mean.
He is really mean in this game, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we usually you have to 3-cycle Deku Toad, but since we have the Master Sword for more damage and then some well-timed combos, we can actually 1-cycle her, which is really nice.
Yeah,
and just
that's
like that,
with
we have our claw shots.
A pretty specific sword combo there. The timing to kill Deku Toad is not super lenient. It's actually pretty tight cycles, so good job on the combos.
Portal first. We'll be making our way over there. We're going to need that in order to kind of transition between Elden Twilight once we clear that to start Linear Twilight. since you do have to warp that boulder into Zora's domain to start it. So we're just going to go out. And we're going to see our favorite friend, Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Also known as Fodder, named after Fodder Cannon.
Oh no!
It's a little insider joke we have in the community.
People sometimes also call him Friar.
Friar, yeah.
Because I think a lot of people played this game when they were kids for the first time. So there's a lot of names in the game that like you can tell people just like were not reading it right. And that's just what the characters are named now.
And Fire gets very scared because there is a monster over there. Some grass. Grass is very scary.
Ah, some grass.
Oh no! Don't tell him to touch grass.
And we also named our Kargarok. Our Kargarok is named Catherine, and she's going to be giving us some lifts around town here. But first, we got to tame her, so we got to get rid of her owner.
We have to whack another enemy.
Yes. This is just like Grand Theft Auto, but Kargarok version.
Grand Theft Kargarok?
Yeah.
Grand Theft Kargarok. And we can kill the owner pretty fast with a minute charge, but I also did a Karg regrab, so I just did a little backflip on the hill there, and we're able to regrab the Karg, because otherwise she would fly around again and just lose a bunch of time. And this is our Karg flight. You can do something known as Karg out of bounds here with a very well-timed angle. Unfortunately, I'm just not risking it though, because if you fail the angle for whatever reason, you could fall, and I mean, falling is like 30 seconds of time loss, dying to falling is like 45, so I just opt to do the full flight normally. It only saves about 8 seconds to do Karg out of bounds, but it is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep, so
off-road
this is-
Kargarok flight.
Yeah. It is like, essentially just like white fog that you're flying through if you do Karg out of bounds. You do have to be a little bit careful in this flight because there is obviously ways to fall off the Kargarok. Like you shouldn't fly under the hanging boulders because these guys will try to shoot them down to knock you off. Like that one especially gets people sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know can the archers hit you with the arrows? I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I don't believe so.
They're just there to intimidate you, I think.
Yeah.
Listen, it works.
That's why we always go out of bounds, because we're too scared to face them.
Yeah, they're just too scary. So we're just running over to Zora's domain now, and Zora's domain right now is made of ice. It obviously should be water, but Ganon has frozen their land. So that's why we're going to use the hot boulder later to melt everything and also start the neighbor Twilight.
If you can read very, very, very fast, that's what Midna was just saying there was, where are all the Zora? This is weird. It's ice.
Yeah. All the Zoras are frozen under the ice right now.
That sounds unpleasant. And cold.
Mm-hmm.
You also have to wait because there's icicles that will fall here, so you just have to be a little bit patient, make sure you don't fall off of Zora's domain. That is no good. And we're going to have another Shadow Beast fight in here. Shadow Beast fights are essentially puzzles. You just want to make sure, obviously, that you're not leaving one alive because you'll have to reset your puzzle. So we're going to always start with the isolated one and then get at least 2 or 3 grouped together to kill. Usually you'll only have 3 Shadow Beasts in a fight, but you'll see after Arbiter's Grounds we will have 5 to kill. Alright, and since we already got our Kakariko portal, we can just warp straight there and start Elden Twilight.
So Elden Twilight's a really, really cool split in this game. People love it. It's neat because it's kind of like a whole bunch of different bugs that you have to kill to fill the Vessel of Twilight. And the bugs are sort of in their own isolated areas. So people really grind this split with room practice to try and get through it really, really fast. It's a very task-based split, so it can be really fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of skill. It's not so much RNG in this segment, so it is definitely a fan favorite. More so than Linear Twilight. Linear Twilight is kind of like a dashing across Hyrule field simulator, so this one's a little more close quarters. You know, you can practice it to get good at it, I feel.
Yeah, not a ton of downtime.
Yeah.
Hey, but if they had a dashing across Hyrule field simulator in real life, I'd do it. I want to know what it's like.
And the Hyrule field music is so good.
It's so good. Y'all, the coldest take imaginable, as cold as Zora's domain is right now. Zelda music good.
Excellent, I would say. People do like Twilight Princess music tier lists too. Because there's so much music in the game and like a lot of big bops.
That would take so long. You'd have to have like the full playlist open. You need to listen to them all together.
Thankfully, there are people on YouTube who have compiled all of the music. So it's easy to access, but it is a very good soundtrack.
I'm going to redeem your channel points, Meewix, to get you to do a Zelda music tier list.
Oh, that's a good redeem.
Yeah. So now we're going up to Eldin, which is just a hilarious pun for Eldin. It is an inn that is the Eld. This is also pretty skill-based. Sometimes you miss lighting the furnace. Hopefully we don't do that.
Yeah, this is a very close quarters area, so it's very easy to bonk.
And we're gonna get the bug upstairs, and we're also gonna grab a yellow rupee in here because we do need 300 rupees to fix the cannon once we are going to... Whoops. Link did not want to get rich there. Yeah, when we're gonna go to city though, we gotta fix the cannon.
So Mid was trying to avoid getting the rupee text there, and you can do that by side hopping through the rupee, jump attacking through the rupee, backflipping through the rupee. But if you just walk into it, unfortunately, you get the text.
Yeah.
And sort of like an interesting...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you can go ahead. You have donations?
I do, of course, have donations. I would love to read them for you if you have a moment.
For sure.
Because we did get some more guesses as to my favorite Zelda game. Here's $10 from Kieros, who says, let's guess that Pippy's favorite Zelda game is, of course, Cadence of Hyrule. And that's $15 to Malala Fund. What? You said that if anyone guessed. You never specified correctly guessed. Well, I should have been more specific, but I have good news for you. I will be donating $15 to Malala Fund because we also got $15 from Duranzier, who says Pippy's favorite Zelda game is Wind Waker. Smile. Maybe because of Pajama Link. Pajama Link is pretty cute. It's because of his cute little eyebrows. They make me feel happy.
He is cute.
Thank you so much. Do you have time for one more?
We do, yeah.
Because I have a wonderful $10 donation from MK, who says, can we get a $10 train where people donate to say if we should save or kill the Uku? That's a thing, right? Here's one ticket for the cutscene. Thank you so much for your lovely suggestion. I'm sure there are plenty of people who do not like the Uku. Uku's face is uncomfortable. But thank you also for your generosity and helping us raise money towards that cutscene, because we are over halfway there, y'all.
Let's go. That's super hype. I hope we get there because I definitely want to show it off. It's very funny. So we're almost done collecting our tiers in Eldin. I'm just getting the Watchtower bug now. The Watchtower bug is a little bit tricky because, as you see, he was kind of like in his little corner there. When he's in the corner, he's actually invincible, so you have to wait for him to run out, and it's a little bit RNG, like when he's going to run out and become killable. And of course, we're going to grab some more rupees here. Eldin is a very good place to grab rupees, as well as sometimes you get a few in Lineru and Arbiters just before you go into City, because you're going to need to have those 300. And our last few bugs are in Death Mountain as well, so we'll go up there.
You'll notice that Mid is playing the game in English, but you can actually play the game in French as well. Of course, a lot of other languages, but the interesting thing about playing this game on French is that there was a error in the code when they went to go translate Fire's code for or Fire's text dialogue for when you need to pay for the cannon upgrade. So casually in this game, what you're supposed to do is warp the sky cannon to Fire, who notices that the cannon is broken, and then you have to pay him 300 rupees to fix the cannon so that you can go to the city in the sky. But because of that error in the translation, you tell Fire that you don't have enough rupees, and then Fire says, okay, and then you go back to him and he says, okay, I'll fix the cannon. So in the French version of the game, you don't actually need to do any rupee collecting other than the one mandatory rupee in Orden in the tunnel. But you'll notice that a lot of folks do play the game in French because it removes a lot of the rupee routing. So it's kind of a neat thing about the different language versions of this game.
For sure, and it's really cool now because we have Pogate Skip. French is super fast. I think French was like slightly slower before, but now since you have that Pogate Skip, it makes not collecting the rupees or like rewriting the rupees a lot faster. Because Arbiters is where you get a lot of rupees from, like from the rededs and from chests and things like that. So you'd have to reroute your rupees essentially if you're doing Pogate Skip.
May I also just say, while we're talking about 300 rupees, we are about $300 away from 77777. And if you're feeling really spicy, we could also do 77 cents. So, hey, how's our rupee routing going, y'all?
We gotta keep our casino sevens alive. All right, so this is where I was talking about where we're gonna warp the boulder, which is why we needed the Zoro Domain portal. I'm gonna warp this boulder from Death Mountain to melt the ice, and then we're gonna start Lineru Twilight.
Right, so we do Eldin Twilight and Lineru Twilight back to back.
You do have to be human to interact with the boulder, so I'm just gonna transform away from people so they don't see me. And scrap with the Squan for a sec.
Throw some punches.
He was very mad at me.
Ooh.
And then Minna's gonna say, wow, look at this boulder. Wonder what we can do with it.
It's so big and warm.
Yeah. We're gonna warp it to Zoro's Domain. And we will have a 1-frame opportunity for a side hop here. Let's see if we get it. We did. The gamer side hop blessed frame fatales again.
It's
so that's sevens. Another example. It's all the sevens. That's right.
They're helping with the block, and they're also giving Midnaliin the frame perfect vibes. Just saying.
Exactly. All the luck today.
Yeah, it's another frame perfect input that we can do to avoid submit a text. And if you miss it, it loses about 4 to 5 seconds. But usually when you watch somebody do a speedrun and they get gamer side hop, you have to tell them that they're gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's known as gamer side hop. So then we'll get our vessel. We have to get the vessel in order to collect our tiers. That's obviously where we're keeping all our tiers. And this is the only, or the last Twilight we have to do. Casually, you have to do 3, so you have to do Farron, Alden, and the Nehru, but luckily we just need to do 2. And we're gonna...
Twilight is... You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we're gonna fight a very big bug at the end named Derek. Of course, we have to name all of our NPCs. So we'll see him at the end of the Nehru here. And we have another Shadow Beast fight. This is another puzzle. It's actually a little bit trickier. It's kind of easier to mess this fight up, only because it is hard to group the last 2 beasts together. So of course we get the one that's isolated, and then we kind of have to like bring them together, just like that.
Nice.
Yeah, but Linear Twilight honestly is it's hated on, but it's also pretty not so RNG heavy, I wouldn't say. You can still practice it, get good at it. It has a lot of skill-based elements, like especially when we're gonna warp up to Zora's Domain here. We have a couple strats, especially the waterfall side hop is a strat where you're able to side hop very quickly off the waterfall in order to reach the ledge without having to, fall all the way down the waterfall. And then this one too, there's just like a lot of RNG manipulations you can use on the bugs to get them to kind of cooperate with you. And you notice that we're going under the bridge. We're actually skipping a Rutella cutscene, which is essentially a Zora prince that will yap to you for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, so that's another benefit of doing EMS is transforming at any time. So we're not supposed to be able to transform here, but since we can actually go under the bridge with the iron boots and skip the Rutella text.
Yes, we'll get this bug.
But like Mid was saying, a lot of people dislike Linear Twilight because it is a lot of running around and dashing, at least more than the other Twilight segments, but there are still tricks.
These 2 bugs are known as pain and suffering because they are pain and suffering. This is one of the RNG heavy components of this segment. But like I said, there are
pain or suffering.
That one is both.
Oh!
Yes, they're not very cooperative.
It's especially pain and suffering on the Wii version because the bodies of the Twilight bugs don't float on Wii. So if you kill a Twilight bug over the water, the body will sink down to the bottom of, the domain. And then you have to wait for the soul of the bug to float back up. So it's a lot of time loss on Wii just from waiting for the tier to float up.
Yeah, it is a lot of pain, but you can get lucky and get a double hit, so you can just like one attack will kill both of them, and then you can double collect the tiers as well. That's the most ideal situation. And we're gonna listen to Isaac. We're not gonna talk to Isaac because you don't actually talk to people as Wolf unless they're animals. Sometimes you can get the blue in here if you're not get so lucky. And
she does not like bugs.
No, we are not Agatha. Agatha loves bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Will we be seeing Agatha this run?
No, unfortunately.
Oh.
We might be able to drop in for a quick visit, but I think it's gonna maybe take up too much time. Because we'll have to run through Castletown before Ganondorf.
Agatha's
so
busy
doing
fun business.
Yes. Here's the dash simulator part of Linear Twilight.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be running for a while.
And the reason I'm not looking where I'm going right now is because it's super laggy in this area. Any like open field, like Hyrule Field, or like even Lake Hylia because of the lake and stuff, it makes it extremely laggy. So luckily I just know where I'm going and I can reduce the lag.
It's almost like you've played this game before.
Almost. Definitely put in more than a few hours.
just a little bit of practice.
Yeah. And this is another really tricky Shadow Beast fight coming up. It kind of stumps new runners sometimes because it's very easy to hit the barrier here. You just need to pay attention to which beast you're targeting first. You're wanting to target the beast closest to the barrier first. Just so then you'll see Link will attack the outer Shadow Beast first and then the inner one. And he'll usually hit the barrier, but it doesn't matter since all the beasts are dead just like that. You'll see he bonked, but the fight still finishes. If you target them wrong, like if you target that guy last, Wolf Link will try to hit that Shadow Beast first and bonk, and you'll have to reset your fight.
It's very annoying and frustrating.
Yes. We're going to do some dash cancels through Castle Town, which is essentially just dashing and then doing a attack or a movement that will let us dash again right away. It's just a little bit faster than just casually running through Castle Town.
Yeah, wolf speed is very low in Castle Town, so the dash canceling is a bit faster.
Yeah.
While we're dash canceling, do you have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
Because I've got $77 here. Thank you so much for the lucky sevens from Heave Tyrant, who says, "Go, Wolf Link! Less than 3. Thank you so much for cheering on our favorite wolf puppy. Can I call Wolf Link a wolf puppy?
Yeah, that's so cute. I don't know if Link would appreciate it, but we definitely do.
Can somebody draw him as a puppy?
Oh, that'd be so cute. We also, by the way, we're almost to $1,200 towards our janky cutscene adventure. Y'all are doing great. Just a quick reminder, if you're donating to our wonderful charity, Malala Fund, please remember to click the little incentive button if you want to see our adorable wolf puppy go on an interesting adventure for a whole cutscene. It won't be anything bad happening to Wolf Puppy, I promise. Am I allowed to promise that?
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm not allowed to promise that. I'm sorry.
Bad things will happen.
No!
It'll be more like bad things happening to Human Link, since we will be Human Link, but then the game will try to make us Wolf Puppy, and it just unsuccessfully.
No wolf puppies were harmed in the making of this jank showcase.
So here we're just killing bugs as Catherine. And that'll let us quickly kill the bugs, obviously, because we're flying while killing them. If you just target them, you can pretty easily kill them. We just have 2 more bugs to get through here, so we're gonna kill the little one, and then we're gonna deal with Derek. We're gonna get a little
is the biggest bug.
Derek. Yes, he's a big boy. We're just gonna swim over to Derek here.
Mid, there's a bug in the middle of the lake.
It's like, yeah, the last bug of the last Twilight. So of course they have to make it a big deal.
So there will be 0 more bugs in this entire game, yeah? No more?
Well, there won't be any more tier bugs, but there definitely will be bugs you might see scattered around, because you can give bugs to Agatha.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
No more murder bugs.
Well, is a Tektite a bug?
Ooh,
Good
question. No, it's an insect. Well, I guess an insect is a bug, though, yeah.
I'm not a Zelda lore person. Can we get a weigh-in from the Zelda lore people?
Is Tektite bug?
Can I get the genus, phylum, class, order, all of that for what a Tektite is?
So Mid here's doing the boss bug fight. This one is kind of annoying. What you need to do is back hop once Derek starts to attack you. So you back hop twice, and then you do a jump attack at him, and then you kind of have to wait a second for Derek to rise up a little bit, but not too much that he flies away from you, and then attack him again. But if you attack him too quickly, he might still be clipped into the raft that you're on, and then you kind of just like fly off of him and don't do any damage. So it's some interesting timing, and she made it look so easy, but it can be very annoying fighting with Derek.
For sure.
And
yeah.
it's right at the end of the split too, so you could be on a very good pace for a gold, and then Derek will just ruin your day.
Yeah, sometimes you can get. You try to do the early jump. You're either too late, or you can also be too early as well, where you just he gets caught in the raft, and then you get forced off of him essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're gonna go see Isa now. Except we're not going to just be listening to her in Linear Twilight. Now we're gonna be talking with her, and she's gonna keep telling us to go away. But we like to bug Isa, because we need her bombs. So essentially what we're going to be doing here is we are doing a Shadow Beast fight, but instead of using the minute charges, we actually are just finishing the fight as a normal wolf puppy. And that's going to glitch Isa into letting us in her hut, even though she keeps telling us to go away. And she's going to ask for help a bunch of times, and we just have to keep agreeing to helping her and then warp away. And that's going to give us bombs in our inventory. But first we need to howl, again, because we need to get the gold wolf.
Ow.
And the gold wolf is going to give us ending blow, because you definitely do need ending blow in order to beat the game. It's the only hidden skill you need in any percent, luckily. But this is a banger.
Mm-hmm. And there have been times where people have done speedruns of this game and forgotten to get ending blow, and then you get all the way to the final battle of the fight, or the final battle of the game with Ganondorf, where you need to kill him, but you can't do it because you don't have ending blow.
Yeah. Wasn't that in a showcase? Someone did that?
I think it was in a GDQ showcase where
no
somebody
way.
forgot to get ending blow.
No! Oh no!
That's so sad.
While we're howling and doing our little pup dance, do we have a moment for a donation?
For sure.
Because we got $200
Wow.
from Adorabibble. By the way, Adorabibble, your name is Adorabibble. I love it. And they would like to say Pup Link, Best Link. I think our runners agree with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your generosity. That has also pushed us up to almost $1,400 raised towards showcasing that jank cutscene. And Midnaliin, would you mind if I checked in with you just real quick on how much time do we have to add another a little over $600 to that?
I would say we have maybe just under an hour. Or no, maybe I would say an hour. An hour, yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Right.
So I just did the wrong Shadow Beast there, but we can restart the fights. Yeah, I would say an hour with that for sure.
Chat, you heard our one and only wolf.
Oh, 90. Okay.
Yeah, so this fight's a little bit tricky because you are supposed to be a human here. And we don't have the Midna charge because Midna's not on our back. So we're not supposed to technically be able to do this fight as a wolf. So it does make things a little bit tricky. You have to do some very specific comboing in order to kill the Shadow Beasts. To kill all three of them. Because like Mid said earlier, if you leave one alive, it just resurrects the other two.
Yeah, it's a little bit finicky because you need to, as you see, I jump attack the one Shadow Beast, and then you have to wait a sec because that Shadow Beast actually has a moment of immortality. If you try to kill the other beast right away and then jump attack it, you just phase through the Shadow Beast essentially. So I just waited, but then sometimes you just get a little bit too close together. So you end up, killing the one you're supposed to keep alive, and it gets a little bit messy sometimes. But now we're just duping our bomb bags. So you see, I say I can help Isa, and then I just warp away, and now I'm going to warp to Zora's Domain. We're done with Isa, and we have our bombs, which is going to be huge for when we do Morpheal. But before Morpheal...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, before Morpheal, we have to get Ball and Chain. And the only reason we actually need the Ball and Chain is for one phase with Zant, which is kind of a bummer because we have to go so far out of our way to get it. But the Ball and Chain also helps us to kill some bosses or mini bosses quickly. So it's not too bad of a deal.
Yeah, any glitch hunters out there, it would be great if you could find a way for us to skip getting the Ball and Chain. It's like a 10-minute excursion to go and do it. So if you can find a way for us to damage Zant in the Blizzetta phase without the Ball and Chain, people will be so happy.
But then we wouldn't be able to see our favorite boy, Yato.
That's true, and we wouldn't be able to go on a spiritual journey.
And so I'm just going to do a safety save here, just in case, because if you die here, because I did map glitch, if you die, you soft lock, and we definitely do not want that, so. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so
this is one of my favorite dungeons as well, Snow Peak.
So Mid just did a trick there called Map Glitch. So Map Glitch is used to climb Snow Peak without voiding out. So you're not supposed to be able to climb up Snow Peak at this point, since you're supposed to have gone to Arbiter's Grounds by now. And when you go to Arbiter's Grounds, you raise the mirror, and then a side quest becomes available at that point where you get the reek fish scent, and you use that to climb up Snow Peak. But if you pull map and then call Midna on the same frame, you can warp away and then cancel that warp with the Midna text, and this causes all void planes and load zones to be deactivated. But something to note here is that if Mid were to turn on her wolf senses, she wouldn't be able to turn them off, which can make climbing Snow Peak really hard when you can only see like 2 feet in front of you. Right. And we are in a blizzard, so being in a blizzard plus no visibility can usually, if somebody doesn't know they do that and then they turn their senses on, they're like, where do I go? And they usually get lost. So you'll see that Mid is now howling at this howling stone. But she's not doing it to get a hidden skill. Like she said, we only need Ending Blow. But she's howling to get rid of map glitch, as howling at the howling stone reloads this area. And it's important to do this because if Mid were to try and dig at the dig spot here, since loading zones are deactivated with map glitch, she would just keep digging forever without hitting a loading zone and soft lock. So howling at that howling stone is very important to progress to this connection cave.
Yes, you definitely do not want to forget to howl there and soft lock your game. Oh, that keys has issue with me.
You also don't want to forget to howl and then exit before howling again, because you can howl once you're in that area and do the whole song and see the golden wolf, but that is time loss. So you kind of just howl and then run away.
Speaking of howling, do you have time for 1 or 2 quick donations?
Absolutely.
Because I've got $25 for you from Katie Kitt, who says, "Let's go, Midnaliin! Let's go, woo! Link!" Thank you so much. And we also got $10 from M and K, who said one of my favorite Twilight Princess branded donation messages. Woo! Got good a woos right there.
That was solid. So you guys will notice that we were in even more of a blizzard now. We didn't clear, we actually did something known as messenger skip. So we were supposed to fight messengers, Shadow Beast messengers there. but we did a long jump attack off the void, or off the cliff, in just such a way that we could skip it and talk to Yeto early. But it actually doesn't clear the fog if you skip the fight. So we just have to know where we're going, but luckily we are speedrunners, so we do know where we're going.
But it is still very possible to lose time here because there's a shortcut that you need to go over that's very scary. So doing it blind can be terrible. And you can
scary.
definitely fall off.
Yeah.
So here Mid is going for the shortcut.
Yeah, it is a little bit easy to fall off. Okay, we didn't fall off. Let's go.
Nice. Oh boy, that was close.
Yeah. Sometimes you can save yourself with a little spin attack. It just keeps you in the air a little bit longer, and it also saves time to jump more often and spin attack more often when you are snowboarding.
Yeah, his airspeed is faster.
Yeah, significantly faster, I would say. Like, if you would just sit on the ground the whole time you're snowboarding, it would be pretty slow.
Do you have time for one more quick update?
We do, yeah.
Because I have received word that we have opened up a new donation goal for everyone of overall money raised because, I don't know if y'all know this, but Fatales does 2 charity marathon events per year, Frost Fatales and Flame Fatales, of which this is, of course, one of them. And over the course of the years, we have almost reached $1 million total raised in all Fatales related events.
Wow.
That is amazing.
I did,
in all
yes.
Fatales related events.
I did something known as ice clip. So if you transform into wolf bear and just kind of angle yourself kind of precisely, it's pretty lenient, and then transform again, you can actually just go right through that ice barrier. Because casually you would need the cannon to get there.
We actually get to skip this freezer as well, which is another skipping of ice things.
Yeah, just a well-placed
That's
kind
really
of
interesting.
Parallel jump there. Or is it perpendicular? No, I think it's parallel.
Yeah.
Just parallel to the freezer. Yeah, you can jump behind his back and get in the door. Mm-hmm. But you'll notice that we open the doors because there's actually no load zone back there. The load zone is connected to the door, so you have to open it to get access to the load zone. And we just quickly kill this guy who is Dark Hammer to get our ball and chain. Which we only need for one thing, but you know what? We got to see half of Snow Peak, so it's a win.
A lot of people really like Snow Peak casually because of the soup.
Yes, the Yeto makes a mean soup. I was gonna say stew, but it's definitely soup.
A fish stew soup.
Yeah. And
Okay,
you'll notice that I'm not leaving right away, yeah, because I'm gonna get 2 orange rupees. That is how we get richer and towards our goal of getting a cannon, because we are not on the French version. And then we're gonna save warp back, and when we get to the start of the dungeon, I'm gonna get our last orange rupee, and then we're gonna go see Morpheal, the very scary RNG fish. Okay, so we'll just get our... And we also need the Uku, so we'll have to Uku out. So that's our last rupee. You definitely need those Snow Peak rupees if you are on a route that does need money, because it's... I mean, 2 oranges, you can't pass that up. It's too good.
Mm-hmm. And they're pretty quick to get.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, do you mind if I cut in for just a moment? I apparently got eaten by a tech Wolfos. It was very scary. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody heard our exciting announcement. Do you have a moment for that?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, because I'm so sorry for cutting out for y'all, but we are almost at $1 million raised for Malala Fund in the lifetime of Fatales, and our magic number, our goal to hit that million is, let me just make sure I'm getting my numbers right now, $83,700. Thank you so much for bearing with us while the Tech Wolfos attacked. We're sure that it won't happen again. We think Wolfos are very scary. I like Wolf Link better.
Yeah, make sure to get those donations in, because once Mid defeats Morpheal, she goes to Midna's Desperate Hour, and then that's where the cutscene is. So make sure you get those incentive donations in.
And if I may update on a couple more things, we are less than $100 away from 78,000. Very exciting. And also less than $500 away from seeing that cutscene. I believe in y'all.
Donate.
Midna's Desperate Hour might not be yet, but it might be our Desperate Hour as chat and donors right now. Just saying.
So Mid just got the water bombs. You probably saw her throwing all of her bombs into a waterfall. So I guess it just, I don't know, despawns bombs if you drop them into water. So she did her little waterfall dance and got rid of all of her normal bombs. And then when she emptied her bomb bag, she was able to get a very conveniently placed water bomb chest for 10 water bombs, which she's going to need for the Morpheal fight. So if you keep an eye on Mid's air bar, you'll see that she's losing air as she's sinking to the bottom of this fight of the arena, and we'll have just enough air, literally pixels of air left to start the fight. It's very, very close. So Morpheal is big, scary. Morpheal is a place where people's runs die a lot. There's a lot of RNG involved, and it's very dynamic, and it's kind of challenging to adapt to the pathing that she gives you sometimes. So maybe before I talk about Morpheal, I'll talk about how she got into the arena. So Lakebed Temple is the only dungeon in the game where you can skip getting the boss key and then still finish the dungeon, which is super convenient, because if you've ever played this game before, you'll know that the boss key for Lakebed is very hard to get to and far away, and full of puzzles. So it's nice that we can clip into the bridge and then get into the antechamber, which has a hole in it, and then go through that hole to get to Morpheal. So here Mid is going to be refilling her air meter using these water bombs. So she's going to pull out a water bomb, and then as she's pulling it out, she's going to equip over her iron boots, and then that's going to allow her to start swimming with the water bomb. And then when she drops the bomb, it'll refill her air meter. And then she can keep doing that over and over to stay alive while down here underwater.
While we're swimming and somehow surviving off of bombs, would you mind if I read a couple more of the donations that are helping us push towards that cutscene?
For sure.
Because I've got $25 here from Cleopatra, who says, Twilight Princess is so nostalgic for me. I had to donate during this run. Great job so far, Midnaliin. Since SGDQ 2025, I've come to the realization I'm trans and come out to my supportive girlfriend. There's still a long way to go, but the GDQ community has helped me know that there's a community that accepts me, especially during these difficult times. Thank you for everything that y'all do. That is so, so sweet. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so Mid did a regrab on the last phase of Morpheal. So she did a 4 combo and then did a pause buffer until Morpheal's head was at the right height. and then exited the pause buffer and took her boots off and was able to latch onto Morphil again and do the finishing combo.
Just checking in, as we have just downed Morphil, how much time do we have to make that money for the cutscene to get to see the first things?
Not much longer. We probably only have maybe like 7 minutes. Oh wait, how long is MDH?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
just over 5
maybe
minutes.
7 to 9 minutes or something like that.
We're gonna go with 7 because 7 is the theme of the night. Y'all, I would really like to see us hit that cutscene in the next 7 minutes. I believe in you. Would you like 1 or 2 more donations of people donating to see that cutscene?
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, we also just crossed $78,000. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, everyone. But we also have $10 here from Anonymous who says, hey, who's the good boy? Thank you for Navi petting Link, baby.
I was 100% expecting to hear a listen, not
Me too.
that's a good boy. Yes, luckily we do not have Navi bugging us in this run. We just have Minna, who is totally epic.
She is epic.
But right now she is sick, so we gotta help her get better. We gotta go to Minna to hopefully get our crazy cutscene as well. Or did I say Minna? I meant Zelda.
We're gonna take Midna to Midna.
Yeah, we take Minna to Zelda.
Do you have time while we're running for 1 or 2 more? Because I have more.
Absolutely, yeah.
First of all, if anybody wants to donate $7 for the number of the day to meet our donation goal in the next 7 minutes, that would be super appreciated. I also have $25 here from Biotechnics, who says, donating to help Link become the bestest wolf. And I think the bestest wolf means the jankest wolf. So thank you so much. I also have $25 from Katara, who just says, oh. And I'm really scared that my dog downstairs is going to hear that and is going to start howling for real.
Yeah.
Is your dog Link?
Maybe. I haven't asked. I really should. We are
Does
also
he have a blue earring?
He doesn't right now. He should consider it, though. It's fashionable.
It is fashionable.
We're also less than $400 to go, y'all. I believe in us.
Yeah, hurry, get them in. Hurry, because we're coming up to it.
Midna is desperate.
It is like a proper 5 minutes away right now.
I think it's even less.
Is it less? Yeah. Unfortunately, this tavern does not like wolf puppers, because they just don't like puppies, I guess. They're rude.
Very
so we gotta
rude.
sneak in. Our favorite cat, Louise, is gonna help us sneak in, though.
Y'all,
So
we're
there's
doing so well. We're at only just over $300 remaining, and also just more claps for everybody donating, because I have a bunch of numbers on my screen. Fun fact. And we have just passed over 1,500 total donations for this event. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, that's incredible.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Cutscene. This is the only... Oh, no, I lied. This is the only, free world Poe we're gonna kill, but we're gonna kill lots in Arbiter's grounds.
Mm-hmm.
No Poe gate skip.
No
Poe gate skip, unfortunately.
Do you have a quick moment? Because I'd love to read you some incredible donations that go really well together.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can. We have $50 from Anonymous. We have $50 from Anonymous. We have $25 from Anonymous. And we have $30 from Anonymous. Thank you so much, everyone. You do not need a name or a message to help us get that Wolf Link incentive.
Oh my gosh, we're so close.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. People pulling through.
We are... they just jumped a huge bit while I was reading our anonymous donations. We are 99% of the way there. We are less than $20 away.
Let's go. That's like, what, three iced coffees?
That's one red rupee.
Well, from Starbucks, maybe. From Starbucks.
May I just also read, just kidding. First, we have hit the incentive.
Yeah.
Let's go.
GG.
That's hype.
So much.
Oh my goodness, just in time, too.
Just in time. Making Midna's desperate hour stressful for everyone, including Midna and us.
Yes.
Okay, but now I would like to read. We did get a $10 donation from Pippy's dog, who says, I am awake! Oh!
Thank you, Pippy's dog.
That is so cute. Yeah, but we're just climbing up the tower now to get to Zelda. I did do a couple special jumps just to avoid having to climb all of the ropes. And we can do a little rope skip here with a couple well-timed jumps.
You'll notice, Mid, that Mid is slowing down a lot for these ropes because they are very hard to get on top of. Sometimes you just fly off the side without climbing the rope at all. Oh,
It is
you get a
very
little
easy
hop?
to fall in MVH. Yeah, and I got that little, like, sometimes there's like a little piece of ledge or something that makes you hop there. It's pretty rare.
Okay, don't forget to transform.
Thank you. That would be so bad.
I'll let you know when you get closer to it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And I just talked to Minna here just to get the bridge to come up a little bit faster. There is a way to one cycle that bridge, but you have to be able to meet the wind cycle. Yeah, it was just before I go into her door, so we can still go in here as Wolf.
Do you have time for a couple of the donations that helped us get there before we watch our cutscene?
For sure,
Yeah, we're just about
if you
to
wanna,
enter it.
I'll just wait.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll wait for the donation, or...
No, go for it.
Okay.
We can watch the cutscene.
So we'll watch the cutscene, yeah. Oh, I bumped into the door, too. I almost skipped it out of instinct. That's terrible. He was trying so hard to have him be Wolf.
So right now the game is mapping the texture of human Link onto Wolf Link.
And I love how the text is like, you need him. He's the one that will save the world.
He's the one that's cursed.
The pile of limbs behind you. It's
Yes.
him.
It's him. He will kill Ganon for sure. Oh, I shouldn't skip through the text so fast. Sorry. Yes.
I love his arm just sticking out of his head.
Get some of the lore because we're not actually trying to skip through the text too fast here.
Oh, she's telling you how to get the Master Sword. You should go. Oh no.
Oh, we gotta go back, guys. Get the Master Sword. We went too fast.
Minna doesn't look so good either.
Minna's just disappointed that's how Link turned out after all her effort. And this is such a wholesome cutscene too, like minus the goofiness.
It's a really touching moment, punctuated by the horror behind.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
Oh. Zelda, no! I didn't know that Midna looks...
It's like broken legs. I can't.
I didn't know that they made Midna look like that too.
They're all struggling except Zelda.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember what Midna's supposed to look like in this cutscene. Like, I know she's near death, but
She doesn't look quite right, does she?
yeah, is she that
Just a little bit.
He looks like a chair.
Yeah. I don't want to go back to we're not going back to No Farin Woods. No. Actually,
No,
this
we've
one
already
is in
got
Farin
that.
You
Woods. Does
want
it?
to ride
Wait.
that?
No.
Midna?
She's sitting on the chair, on Link chair.
Oh my goodness.
If there's a company that sells chairs that look like that, I have questions. One
Okay, we
of them
can skip
might be
this
how
cutscene.
much.
That was beautiful. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody, for your donations and for
Really
allowing us
just
to see that
maybe.
lovely cutscene.
Yes, thank you. It's always funny to watch that one. So now we're gonna be going to Arbiters, but we have to get our hidden skill first, because as we said before, you cannot speak Ganon without the ending blow. So before we warp to Hylia, we're gonna get our hidden skill. This is actually why we do end up in North Farin, because I was thinking of that before. Because the first wolf is supposed to be in North Farin, so it'll just warp you there since it's your first hidden skill and you're supposed to be there.
I'm sure if you go onto YouTube, like you can find all of the cutscenes where you are not, where you're human instead of wolf, or you're wolf instead of human, and the game tries its best to like work
Yeah.
with what you've done to it. But there are like a ton of cutscenes that are just so broken if you enter it as the wrong form of Link. But yeah, I'm sure that you can find them somewhere.
Yeah. There are some cutscenes that will just straight up crash because it gets that distorted.
Yeah, and the game's like,
Yeah, so we're gonna end up in North Farin. We're just gonna warp right to Hylia. We gotta get Oru's memo. That was a big reason why we completed the Twilights as well, because we need to advance the story, and Oru isn't usually just there, sitting there with his memo until you're done the Twilights. And I believe, actually, you have to clear MDH, I'm pretty sure, to have him as well. But you can't do MDH until you do the Twilight, so it's all connected. This is why it's such a long speedrun compared to other Zelda games, because those Zelda games just have more skips, and I guess like Twilight Princess kind of gets trapped and you have to do this before this, so. And just different items too that you just need for like one purpose. Like even the spinner, you only need the spinner for like 3 different purposes.
Yeah.
Do you have a moment for a quick update?
For sure.
Because thank you everyone so much for helping us meet our goal in the final desperate hour there. We do have a new incentive open if anybody is interested, because we have actually a bid war rematch from earlier in the week. There was a bid war earlier in the week for who you cuddling, Bunny Link or Wolf Link. This was held during our Link to the Past Master Sword % run, and Bunny Link was decided to be cuddlier, and as a Twilight Princess fan, I would like to say Wolf Link is so cuddly. So if you also think that we need to do justice for Wolf Link, you can vote in our bid war for...
He's so soft.
He's so fluffy.
Vote and adopt Wolf Link right now, or you're not a real TP fan.
No, not the
High
gatekeeping. Oh,
stakes.
wait, gatekeeping is fine. The gates don't
There's
exist.
Plum.
We established this earlier. We can get through the gates.
Oh
Plum,
no,
our
Plum.
favorite bird. Plum of time loss. We want to transform right behind that railing, just to make sure nobody sees us, because Midna won't let us transform if anyone is able to see us. It's going to obviously traumatize them, so we just transform behind that barrier, and then we can go show our memo and we get in the desert for free, which is very nice. You don't have to pay Fire 300 rupees yet just to go to the desert. So, I should mention I always transform into wolf in the open areas just because it is a faster option. Wolflink travels a lot faster in open areas, and then I will just go back into Eagle View because it's very laggy in the desert.
Pippi, do we have any donations while we're running?
Oh, definitely. I have plenty of donations to read for y'all. Thank you so much. Here's $50 from Fierce Wolf, who helped us hit that cutscene, who said donating to temporarily keep Link from being a wolf. Is this the definition of irony? Thank you, Fierce Wolf, who is donating against wolves. We also have $77.70 from Adorabibble, who is back to say, here are some sevens in apologies to chat for overshooting. 77777. Ooh woo. Thank you so much for your generosity. And don't worry, I think since we passed 77777, we should still have 5 sevens worth of good luck for the rest of the run, right? I think that's how it works. I don't actually know how RNG works outside of coding, so maybe.
Yes, we would definitely need a lot of luck for the middle to end of this game. So lots that can go wrong.
Would you like a little bit extra luck?
Absolutely.
I also have $77.77 from Hearse, who says, listen to the puppy noises. What good advice. Thank you, Hearse, or maybe Navi.
Yeah, we appreciate you for sure. I'm going to do another safety save here just because I did another map glitch. So if you die, which is more likely to do actually, to die to KB3 than obviously coming up Snow Peak, but we'll safety save just to make sure that does not happen. We don't want to soft lock.
Yeah, if you die while you have map glitch enabled, the game will bring you to the game over screen, but you won't be able to select any of the options, so you'll just be stuck on the game over screen. So Mid did map glitch so that she can do an LJ up onto this out of bounds collision and then roll around here, essentially skipping Bulblin camp and hitting the King Bulblin trigger from underneath the arena. It's not much quicker than doing Bulblin camp, and it's definitely more risky because of the game over, but it is cool, so she did it.
Yep, and Link's shield was made of like titanium steel there to withstand. That's usually does not happen to withstand a KB3 attack. But we got it done, so we're going to be going into Arbiters here. And Arbiters is the new exciting dungeon now for TP because of Pole Gate Skip. Yeah, I wish I could have shown you guys.
Do you want me to talk about that for a little bit, just leading into it?
For sure, yeah.
Okay, so there's a brand new trick in the speedrunning community for Twilight Princess. It is new as of this month. I think it's maybe 2 or 3 weeks old at this point. And the trick is called Pole Gate Skip. Optimally, we think that the trick saves around 4 to 5 minutes on the speedrun, which is the biggest time save in this game in the last decade. It's also really neat because Pole Gate Skip is sort of the solution to a puzzle that the speedrunning community has been trying to figure out for, well, I guess since people started speedrunning this game. So it's really, really wholesome that the community was able to come together and a lot of people worked on it. It wasn't just one person. It's been many people through almost 2 decades to come to this trick, and it uses a lot of other tricks that have been found recently, and it just kind of has been a really neat puzzle. So it's really lovely. I think it was task viable at first, and then it took the community 16 hours to find an RTA setup. So people were really hyped about it, and it's just a really, really cool time to be in the community. So Mid just got a new kitten, so she will not be doing Pole Gate Skip because she's been a little bit busy. But Arbiter's Grounds without Pole Gate Skip is still a very tough segment. and still very, very cool. So it's not uncommon for people to lose a lot of time here. So it'll be really fun to watch her go through the dungeon. And we can kind of talk about what she's doing as she's doing it. But if you are interested in learning more about Pogate Skip, you can Google that, and I'm sure it will come up. But you can also join the Twilight Princess Discord. Even if you're just like, we'll plug it again at the end of the run, but if you're interested in anything Twilight Princess speedrunning, discord.gg/TP will bring you to the Twilight Princess Discord channel. So people have really been talking a lot about Pogate Skip there recently, and people are starting to use it in runs now. And actually, JDLM's world record run has Pogate Skip in it, so you can also watch that to see it in action. But it's been a huge year for Twilight Princess. Definitely has been the biggest year in terms of new glitches being found. So it's still a very active game for being so old. We're still finding a lot of glitches and tricks. So it's really cool.
I'm sorry, you can't just mention that Midnaliin got a new kitten and not tell us their name.
His name is Lane. He is like the most precious boy. He is such a good boy. And I have not heard this cat meow once, and I've had him like 3 days. So he's just like, I don't know, I think he just has a very like quiet personality, which I love. I adore him.
He's such a baby. Yeah. He's so cute.
Yeah, he is so cute, and he's floofy.
Okay,
so she'll have kitty time now, and then Arbiter's Grounds time later.
I don't think we can talk anybody into changing the bid war to be between Bunny Link, Wolf Link, or Midnaliin's new kitten. But I vote that a vote for Wolf Link is a vote for Midnaliin's new kitten.
Yes, come give him lots of love. He needs love.
So I guess I can kind of talk about what Mid is doing here in this segment. So what you're supposed to do in the game, you might have seen at the cutscene when I was yapping earlier that 4 Poes came and took the flames that closed the Pogate. And what you're supposed to do is kill all 4 Poes to get those flames back and open the Pogate up so that you can go on to Death's Sword to get the spinner. So we weren't able to skip the Pogate when this route came in. I guess we were with Rupee Slides, which is what some of the other categories did. But you need to collect the 4 flames in any percent before Pogate skip happened. So we actually had found a way to skip the first Poe. You're supposed to kill the first Poe, get the scent, and then use that to get to the second Poe. But you can actually skip the first Poe and then go right to the 4th Poe and get the scent like Mid just did there, and then go back to the main room and get to the second Poe. So she did a trick earlier called Poe 1 skip, which means that she gets to keep that first Poe alive. But there's a lot of RNG involved, and also a lot of RNG manipulation involved in Arbiter's Grounds. And when she was doing the Poe 4 fight earlier, she was doing some RNG manipulation to get quicker cycles, which is kind of hard to see if you are not familiar with the speedrun. But once you know, you can see people doing a lot of little optimizations.
Yeah, the nice thing about, obviously, Pogate skip is very nice in itself, but you also don't have to deal with like killing all the Poes and all the little like optimizations and sometimes like RNG components that are the Poe fights. So, whoops. Oh, that's a lantern.
So you'll see Mid is using the ball and chain here. Since we already have it, we might as well, or actually
we'll
the
use
lantern.
it, right? Yeah.
Just gonna light them on fire. But yeah, since we have the ball and chain, you can use it in AG to kill a lot of the enemies pretty quick. It's a very damaging item. It would really hurt to be hit with the ball and chain. So
yeah,
she uses it in AG quite a bit.
Also, Link is muscular as heck for being able to swing that thing around so easily.
It's from all the working out. He's been doing climbing slow vine walls and very long ladders.
Yes.
Like the 16 seconds that it takes to climb up the ladder to Oru for the memo.
Yup.
Link gets a lot of exercise in. And also does not skip leg day, which we might see that later. I believe that's our other incentive for the iron boots. Oops.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Remy. Remy is the speed rat.
Yes, there is an
Remy
RNG manip you can do for Remy.
But some people just choose to kill him, unfortunately.
Yeah. But you get a heart if you kill him, which is kind of nice.
I
So I'm
can't
gonna
believe
re-enter
you killed
this
a
room.
rat on Flame Fatales.
I know. Remy of all rats, too. Very beloved Ratatouille character.
And I think the Twilight Princess randomizer community has another rat named Remy. Like, there's 2 different rats, both named Remy, but they're spelled differently.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know which Remy is their Remy, but there is another rat that they love. So here, Mid is entering the Po3 room from the back of it, so nobody sees her come in. She's very stealthy, and she's going to be getting some rupees here from the, I think they're Gibdos. Like,
Really? I just call them like
yes.
little style troops.
Like, I think people call them Redeads as well, but I think, oh boy, I'm again outing myself, but I don't really know what the difference is between the two, but I think they are canonically Gibdos.
Wait, the little guys or the Redeads? Because I always call them Redeads.
The Redeads are Gibdos.
Oh, I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
more
those.
questions for if anybody out there is a Zelda lore aficionado. What's the difference between a Gibdo and a Redead? And I swear this isn't the setup for a joke. I just don't know.
Yeah.
You have some time to think of a good punchline. Another thing that's challenging about Arbiter's Grounds is that you are wolf through the whole dungeon, and Wolf Link takes double damage compared to Human Link. So it can be spooky in more ways than one to be in this dungeon.
I kind of forgot about that low-key, that the whole thing takes more damage.
Yes.
That makes a lot more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Wolflink does not want to get hit. He wants cuddles.
Exactly. He wants love, not violence. And so that movement I did there actually helps us get the boss key early. So we're going to be actually going through this whole rest of the segments backwards. Because you're supposed to get through that door, obviously, at the end to get the big key and then go to Stallard. But we're just going to traverse this segment as Wolf. And I can show off one of our other new, but not as crazy tricks, known as the step-up flip.
Yeah, so step flip is, it looks less, well, it looks pretty crazy. It's a cool trick, and it was kind of the missing piece for Pogate Skip. Step clip is pretty new as well. I think probably within the last, oh boy, maybe like 3 months, maybe 4 months.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, so Mid will do it here, but step clip is when Link climbs up a really short step, like you'll see here that she does in the sand. When he climbs up this little step, walls don't check for collision momentarily. So it's possible to clip out of bounds by being pushed while climbing up that step. So in this case, we use a skull to push us out of bounds. But you could also use a pot You can also use a Helmosaur shell. There are a few things that you can use to push you, but you'll see when she does this little step up, the skull will push her out of bounds. And she's trying to avoid these bugs here because the bugs actually change Link's weight. And so she doesn't want to have any bugs on her because the weight change will make the step clip less effective. So she's going to clip out of bounds, and then she's going to claw shot a medallion. So she's out of bounds now. She's going to claw shot this medallion. And this saves a chunk of time because you don't have to kill the Stalfos. That trick is actually called triple Stalfos skip, and it utilizes step clip. But she doesn't have to kill any of those Stalfos. And then it also saves us from having to watch a cutscene. And it's just a really cool trick. So well done, Mid. It was a good showing of it.
Yeah, thank you. And this is Death Sword. So to trigger Death Sword's fight, you do have to be Wolf first. And we're going to use senses to get him to show himself. And then we're going to use Human Link to finish the fight. We can one cycle Death Sword. Just get his attention with a claw shot, and then we're gonna go out of the arena. You can get to him a little bit faster if you go out of the arena. We're gonna do some well-placed, not full combos. We're gonna do just 3 slashes of the sword but not finish the combo. And if you just keep going like this, he's gonna stay downed, and you can one cycle him, which is really nice. And that will let us get the spinner. This dungeon, we're not gonna leave halfway. We're gonna finish it from start to finish. So we're gonna get the spinner and then save warp to go to Stallard.
So there's a trick
sorry.
No, you go.
I was gonna say that's another thing with Gate Skip is you actually can't save warp once you get the spinner. You have to, you have to die, I believe, to get put outside of Bestward's room, and then you have to make your way back. Because if you save warp, then you can't access Stallard again because you'd have to do Gate Skip again. Because the door would still be closed.
The first time I ever did Gate Skip in a run, I was so excited by my time save that I accidentally save warped.
No.
And I was put at the front of the dungeon, and I had to try to do Gate Skip again.
Oh no. At least you had lots of practice with Gate Skip.
Yeah, so that's my legacy, is the first person to save warp after doing Gate Skip.
You're the first one who did it.
Yeah. Incredibly painful, but hopefully my pain keeps others from making the same mistake. Yeah, so Arbiter's Grounds is also cool because there's a lot of choice in what you can do. So Mid just killed Death Sword, but there's also a trick called Death Sword Skip that you can do. It's a very, very hard trick, super duper precise. And she opted not to do it because you can kind of get stuck trying to do it for a long time if you don't get it just right. But there's Death Sword Skip, and then there's also Stallard Skip later on, which is very, very precise as well. And again, one of the harder tricks in the run. So now a lot of the very high level players will opt to do Gate Skip, followed by Death Sword Skip, followed by Stallard Skip. So they're just skipping everything.
What a challenging dungeon, honestly.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet, and it's very, very hard. And it's 2 hours into the run, so it's really, really impressive when people can do all 3 back to back.
Mm-hmm. It's where a lot of runs go to die because, especially like higher level runners, because they'll go for all 3 of those very difficult tricks, and you can end up losing, 4 or 5 minutes just trying to get them done.
Mm-hmm. And it's so heartbreaking when you get Gate Skip first try, and then you can't get Stallard Skip, or you can't get DSS. So yeah, a lot of runs go to die here, and there's been many tears shed. Even before Gate Skip was found, it was still sort of a gauntlet of a dungeon. It's still very, very hard.
Yeah, especially Lord Skip. A lot of like high-level runners lose their runs to Lord Skip.
I'm thankful that you're not skipping Stallard, because Stallard's like funny.
Yeah.
It's like pinball.
I do love the Stallard fight, even though sometimes it is frustrating when you get stuck with all the stall troops trying to do the first phase.
Hopefully you get some
Like
good
so.
RNG here. You can get a nice short fight
There we
in.
go.
And she's going to play pinball here for a little bit with some
Yeah. Oh, and then you
troops.
see him like going across. I love that little glitch.
Oh, yes.
We're just gonna pinball ourselves off.
I believe it's actually, there's a soft lock that you can get on Stallard where if you saw during that cutscene, Link was still on the spinner moving around.
Yeah.
But if he gets trapped in such a way that he can actually fall through the arena and then you get stuck underneath and you can't get out.
No.
I think you have to save warp to start again. Like you are brought back to the beginning of the dungeon and then you have to well, I guess you would just reset because you've already saved warped at spinner. But there is like a little nasty soft lock and it happens very rarely. I think I've only ever seen it 3 times. But you get stuck down here and there's no spinner socket or anything.
So you're telling me that little goofy thing could have ended very badly?
Yes, it could have. It could have.
But it didn't.
At least you did.
Because
At least you did a safety save.
we have all the 7 magic luck.
So we got to see the goofy thing and there were no consequences.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't quite get the early knockdown there, but the backup is pretty easy. We're just gonna go to this dots.
Yeah.
Everything in TP is like look at the splotches, look at the dots for your setups. Then we can knock them down earlier than obviously going up the entire tower. And this is known as the Stallard 1 cycle, where he's going to do a bunch of spin attacks. And luckily the Master Sword gives us enough damage to 1 cycle and not have to deal with him again.
We make quick work of him.
Goodbye, Stallard. You were my favorite boss.
Yeah,
I
and
hope
that's
nobody
gonna
got jump
open up the
scared
chamber.
when. I hope nobody got jump scared where they thought that we beat Stallard, but we actually didn't.
The fake out.
Stallard has this isn't my final form energy.
While we're celebrating, do you have a moment for a few donations?
Absolutely.
Because first of all, we have $25 from Nessie, who says, I can't begin to describe how nostalgic and meaningful Twilight Princess has been throughout my life, and I'm so thrilled to see it run at such an amazing event as Flame Fatales. Thank you so much, Nessie. Thank you for contributing to incredible Zelda times. I also
That's so
have
sweet.
Yeah, I have $100 here from Biotechnics. Thank you so much. Who says, okay, that cutscene really was cursed, but I'm still here to rep Team Wolf. Awoo! Thank you so much. And that has also, for now at least, put Wolf Link in as the ultimate cuddle buddy between Wolf Link and Bunny Link, and in my opinion, y'all, it's Twilight Princess. We need to keep fluffy Wolf Link.
Pet the doggo.
Pet the doggo! Also, y'all are incredible. We are only about $100 shy of $79,000 raised so far this event. Thank you so much for your generosity, everyone.
We're gonna do another really big skip in the game now. It's known as Early City in the Sky. Oh, okay. Fun fact that transform, you know how it lagged there a little
goodness.
bit? You can soft lock your whole game.
Oh
my goodness.
I'm so glad that did not happen in this event.
Yeah, there are some transform crashes that you can get randomly in this game.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah. But we're gonna transform again and just clip through this statue.
With
Early
the luck
City's
of the 77777, we have dodged.
We have dodged
Early
the
City's
infamous crash.
this is a really simple clip and it saves over an hour in the speedrun.
Yeah. It is super
Just
hype.
like that, an hour. We don't have to do the Skybook quest with Shad, we can just come right here to the cannon. And this is actually why we got map warping at the beginning of the speed run. After Mid did Gorge Void, she ran back to the gorge to get map warping. And that's because you need map warping to warp the cannon. If you don't get map warping, Midna just keeps telling you, oh, there's a guy watching you. You can't warp the cannon. And if any of you ever played the Wii version of this game when you were younger, or even now, there is a soft lock, actually more than that, where if you save in the cannon room and then exit the game and come back, you can no longer warp the cannon and you have to reset your whole save file.
Oh no.
It locks you out of warping the cannon forever. So it's kind of triggering text for Midna to say, we can't warp it, there's a guy watching us. Because if you make that mistake, then that's what she just says over and over, and you have to restart your save file.
Do you have a quick moment?
Yes.
Because I would like to announce that y'all were a little bit ahead of me, but I can now officially say that our next incentive is open. We have incentive for leg day with Link. It's time to treat Link as our fitness instructor and learn how to be as athletic as he is. We'll be going to see the end of the game, some more silliness. And as described, alternative methods of working out during our run outro. So if anybody would like to get some fitness tips from the only hero of time, Link, that is $500. So we need to get $500 by the end of the run so that Midnaliin can help us with our fitness. Midnaliin, is there anything else you'd like to say about our incentive?
Yeah, I think that about covers it. Yeah, just Link basically not skipping leg day. He just wears iron boots and runs to, I want to say human Midna, who is very hype. So definitely get your incentive donations in there. Check that out. It's very interesting.
It's really, really funny. I highly recommend. Yeah. It's one of the funniest things that you can do. So definitely get those donations in to see Link run full tilt in the iron boots. It's really good.
And it's very loud too. There's a lot of clanking.
Clanking.
Low-key kind of impressive. I could not run like that in shoes made of iron. And if anybody's ever played, is it Goron Mines? Why can't he run like that in Goron Mines? I guess he wasn't to his fitness goals yet.
No, he just needed some time to work up the muscle.
I'm gonna safety save here, honestly, just so I don't mess nothing up. Because if you don't get fan skip here, you have to complete this dungeon casually.
Which is about like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, but it's very easy to skip the fan. You just have to make sure there's like that little like kind of black line between those two tiles. You have to make sure your feet are on behind the line, and then you transform into wolf to access the door, and then that way that big fan won't be moving.
That was a very smart safety save.
Yeah, we don't want to mess anything up. And then this is another use for the spinner. The spinner only has like uses in AG and then here. So everything really we needed to get these bridges out.
You can't beat this dungeon without the spinner, unfortunately.
Yeah. Which is why the speedrun has the order that it does. And also the Mirror of Twilight you need. So there's a couple reasons you have to go to Arbiters to just advance the storyline.
I so badly wish that the spinner was the fastest movement option. It would make me so happy.
I know in the randomizer they have the spinner as max speed, which I think is 82, which is very, 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 very fast.
That is so fun.
It's like the fastest item in the game, or like the fastest movement option in the game. So I know that
faster than Epona.
Faster than Epona. It's very quick.
That is hype. I'll have to check that out sometime.
Mm-hmm. I think they also have like quick climbing as well. So Pippi, you can get your dream of watching Link climb vines quickly if you watch
my goodness.
Rando.
Not just leg day, but arm day too.
And we are doing a cutscene skip here. If I land by that door over there, I get a cutscene where Art Rock will break the bridge, which not only is slow because you're watching a cutscene, but it also messes up where you spawn in after City 1, because we're doing the first segment of City 1, which is getting the double claws, and then when we save warp, we will end up at the start of the dungeon, which is not really ideal. We want to end up in that little room where we just got the small key. So if you just skip that cutscene, the bridge will stay in place and you'll end up in that small room, which is much faster than going to the start of the dungeon.
It's very weird because I can't think of anywhere else in the game where your save location updates to like opening a chest. Like opening the small key chest and having that update your save point is very weird.
Yeah, I think it's because something to do with the reason like the bridge is broken, so maybe they can't put you there because you can't get through. I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you know, because you need the double claw to if the bridge was broken. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess if you forgot to get the key or you didn't get it for some reason, and then you'd have to get the key.
Yeah, so just to cover you, they make you spawn somewhere else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So without hitting the cutscene, her save location doesn't update, and it stays at where the small key was.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another nice little LJA.
LJA, yeah. Let's get to this room.
Do you have a moment for a couple of quick donations?
We do.
Wonderful, because I've got $14 here for you from Sailor Jade, who says, as much as I would love to cuddle Bunny Link, Wolf Link needs cuddles too. Thank you so much. I agree. I also have $8.37 specifically from Chimpo, who would like to say, the joy this community brings, the smile you all bring to my face, it's so palpable that I can't help but smile until my face is sore. Here's to $1 million raised. Thank you so much for joining in the joy of speedrunning and raising money for charity with us. That is also a good reminder that, well, we are only about $50 shy of 79,000. Just a quick reminder. But also, if we can hit $83,700, we will have raised $1 million in the history of Fatales for Malala Fund, which would be a super huge accomplishment. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of that, and I believe in us. We can get there. Y'all think we can do it by the end of the night? I think we can do it by the end of the night, right?
I think so. That'd be so hype.
$1 million, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Wow, what a wonderful community.
And what a great cause as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. This Uku is going rogue right now.
Are we about to change our decision on save or kill the Uku?
Unfortunately, I don't think you can. I mean, you could throw an Uku off the cliff, but then it would just fly away. It wouldn't. I don't think it would die on you. Oh my lord. I'm not
There was also a glitch found this year for the Wii version of the game that skips all of this. I think it's, I don't know how much time it saves, but a lot, maybe 2 minutes or something like that.
Really?
Maybe a minute and 30 seconds. But that was found earlier this year.
Oh my lord.
This is a hard jump. It's very precise.
Yeah. You know what?
You're just gonna do Might as well.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. You're supposed to be able to jump in and miss or get the ledge on your own, but sometimes you just need help from some lover friends.
I think it's the Uku. I think it's purposefully.
The Uku is rebelling against me right now.
Is it because I suggested murdering him? Like, that's really mean to take that out on somebody else.
I think I saw the wings stop flapping for a little bit, so it might have been for that reason.
Uku, I take this personally, as apparently did you.
Yeah. And we steal Uku skydive there to get to the bottom. This is where we're going to do a Rofo skip. So we're going to skip the fight. Awabi actually found the setup for this because before we just free aimed to get the double claws. But you can do a setup and an angle buffer to pretty consistently get this trick, which is nice. So I will show that off, unlike the Uku jump.
This setup is so clean.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like that, we have our double claws.
Nice. Great job.
Thank you.
Very clean.
And then we'll save warp, and like we said before, we'll end up in that small key room from before, which is a good setup for City 2. That way we don't have to go through the fan skip and the LJAs again in that first room. And City 2 is all about getting the boss key and then getting to Argrok as fast as possible.
Do you do... Oh, never mind. I was going to ask if you do fanless, but... I think every GameCube person does because of LJs.
Oh, right. Yeah, we do that. I do usually the right side LJAs on for fanless.
Okay.
You're talking about when they stop or when the fans aren't moving, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. But we're gonna start with something called Kai Clip. This is also the reason why we needed the fan to not be moving. We did the fan skip earlier. Because when the fans aren't moving, we can actually claw shot up and into the grates needed for the boss key. So I'll show that off to you guys. You can just get up here.
And this is why
if that fan
hitting...
was moving, you couldn't get in there.
Yeah, that's why not hitting the fan trigger is very important and why you lose like 3 minutes if you do hit the trigger, because you have to casually go throughout the dungeon to get up here, which takes you outside and around a whole bunch of rooms, and a room you have to climb all the way up. So not hitting the fan trigger and being able to do Kai Clip saves a ton of time. And that was one of the biggest time saves before Pogate skip was discovered.
Also, we just phased through Leroy, which I find hilarious. He was about to block our path, but we just went right by him.
Yeah, there's two... they're not Helmosaurs. I forget what they're called now, the big ones. But there's Leroy and Jenkins.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe that was Jenkins, because I think Leroy's at the bottom.
Nobody knows which one is which.
Is it like Howard? You just pick one and that one's Jenkins today?
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Pretty much. Howard is what we call the goats that don't cooperate. So if a goat doesn't go in the barn, it's a Howard.
And that was our fan list that Meewix was talking about.
Some cool LJAs there to... you don't have to turn on the fan that way. And turn like the... I don't know what you call those, like the platforms.
Fanless on Wii, because you can't do LJAs on Wii.
No, we claw shot like the very top of the grate, and that clips you up on top of the fan. So we just do like a few of those and a couple precise ones. But it's annoying because the card rocks can get you.
Yeah, the Burge business. And this is our fan room. You just want to have kind of good timing and aim with your claw shots, because if you miss, you have to go all the way around, which is kind of annoying and it loses some time. Luckily, we're not having too many problems. You also just want to be careful when you get off your fan that you're on the ledge, because if you fall all the way down, you're probably going to die and lose like a lot of time as well.
And they also put chews here. I don't know if you just saw them fall from the ceiling, but while you're aiming, the chews can knock you off and all the way to the bottom of the tower.
Oh my goodness.
So they choose violence.
May I interrupt your beautiful puns for an important announcement?
Please.
Absolutely.
We have just met Leg Day.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, y'all.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We get to have workouts with Link. Would you like a quick donation that helped us get to Leg Day?
Yes, please.
Because I have $50 here from silly little guy who says, been a big fan of GDQ for a while. Love the work you guys do, especially the Fatales and Black in a Flash. Anyway, oh, cat face. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for our workout later.
It's awesome. I'm really, really hyped for it.
So this is our Grok now. This is our boss fight for City. Honestly, one of my favorite boss fights. I really love Argarok, at least casually. I always loved him, fighting him. And we can do something known as a Argarok regrab here. I was going to say card regrab. He is not a Kargarok. He is an Argarok.
And it's spelled differently than Kargarok. Like Argarok and Kargarok are not spelled the same.
And you notice I didn't have to go back up the pillar to regrab his tail. That's because if you claw shot very quickly on the pillar, you can just regrab, yeah. Because otherwise you have to go all the way at the top and then wait for him to fly back around. And we have another really great break for speedrunners to go pee, because this is a long cutscene as well.
I heard long cutscene. Does that mean it's a great time for donations?
It is always a great time for donations.
Wonderful. Because also, just gotta say, that did put us over $79,000 towards Malala Fund this event. We are actually less than $500 away from $80,000. That's such a big number, y'all. Thank you so much. But some of the lovely donations that helped us get there. Here's $100 from Mountain of Toast, who says, my 5-year-old daughter is so happy to go to school and she wants to see every girl to have the same opportunity. Had to donate during my all-time favorite game, Less Than 3. That is the most wholesome thing. Thank you so much, Mountain of Toast.
Thank you. So another cool thing with Argarok is you can do something known as flame cancels. So if you wait until Argarok is just about to hit you and then claw shot this P-hat, you can aim over to him to hit him, because he thinks that you've fallen essentially. So then he goes into his vulnerable state a lot faster than he should. But it's obviously very good for speedruns because you can kill him faster.
Much like how pigs can't look up, Argarok can't look down and doesn't notice that you're right behind him. Pigs cannot look up. No.
This is
Actually, didn't know that.
Pig fact.
Really?
I didn't know this.
Yeah, they can't look up.
I'm so embarrassed. I used to work on a farm.
Like, why can't this pig see me? Can't they look up?
Maybe somebody should fact check me.
I feel like that's right, though, isn't it? I could have swore.
I believe you.
Yeah. Meewix word is gospel.
Pardon?
Your word is gospel.
Yeah, I know everything.
Yes.
So untrue. there's a couple. I'll talk about. There's a couple frame perfect glitches that can happen in the Argarok fight that are really not ideal. They both happen in the first phase of the fight, and they go by, I think it's Cool Game and Cool Game 2 are the names of the glitches. So the first is if you go to claw shot Cargarok's tail and then retract the claw shot, or like go to claw shot again on the frame that it touches the tail, you can no longer claw shot the tail anymore, and you have to void out enable in order to do it. So sometimes people don't realize that they've gotten Cool Game 2 and they keep trying to claw shot the tail, and the claw shot's just going in the weirdest places all over the screen, trying not to hit the tail. So that one, not great if you get it, but Cool Game is even worse. If you claw shot Argarok's tail on the first frame available, you get stuck to Argarok's tail and you can't let go, and Argarok just flies you around the arena. And you're carried around and you can't do anything, and you just have to save and quit and go back through the dungeon again.
Mm-hmm.
But the videos are very funny.
Cool Game 2?
Yes. A lot of people know about Cool Game 1, but Cool Game 2 is just a lesser known one, but it is also bad.
So we just have 2 dungeons left, guys. We have Palace of Twilight and then Hyrule Castle. So we're going to go to the Mirror Chamber next. And we got to fight Zant. That's a pretty cool boss fight. Has a lot of skill base, not a whole lot of RNG in that fight, which is nice. So we got to put our boots on first to negate the wind. And the boots are also going to help us to land on the bridge instead of the water, which will save us some time. We can just land and have a pretty quick fast travel.
Ooh, this is a difference between GameCube and Wii. If you time the jump attack too late, you accidentally jump attack into Lake Hylia. And on the Wii version, you can actually sink to the bottom of Lake Hylia and warp from underwater, which is something that you can't do on the GameCube version of the game. So it's a Wii exclusive trick.
Yeah, so we'll just transform into Wolf again for this part. You want to be Wolf for basically almost all of Palace here. Although we will be switching occasionally when we have to be human. Like opening chests.
This is the second last dungeon of the speedrun.
Also, it's really funny because Minna in that text is asking you to hide her, and because she is like ashamed of like what she's done to her people indirectly. But it's kind of funny because she is just in full view of everyone can see her. I think they wanted you to be human going into that. So we're gonna go to our first soul ball here. He's got to kill some Zant heads on the way, open a few chests. It's pretty, Palace is, like, things can definitely go wrong here, but it's pretty chill for the most part compared to something like Arbiter's Grounds.
Mm-hmm. But Palace is most people's least favorite dungeon casually. Folks that have played this game before and are familiar with Palace, there's a big scary hand that follows you around the dungeon and tries to get the soul back from you. And like, I have so much anxiety from hearing that hand from when I was a kid. It used to scare me so much, and it still scares me.
It plays scary anxiety noises. I'm with you.
It is anxiety noises. And like, if it gets close to me, even in the speedrun, I'm like, go away. It's so terrifying.
A fun fact with the chests is actually when it's open, it kind of what is that word called? Like it's like 2 ledges on top of each other, so you can just kind of like hop up it, but you have to have your sword out to do the jump attack. There you go, and then you can go up without claw shotting.
a little swag strat.
Yeah, we like to be swaggy here. And then this is our first Phantom Zant fight. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
There's an audio cue here, so as soon as the fight starts, we'll just let Mid listen.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to make sure we know where Zant is. You only have so long to get to him. Luckily, he's in sight there. Trying to make sure he doesn't throw his ball. Oh, lucky day. 777. Oh. And the last one will be a combo. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that's what usually will happen if you let him throw his ball. Did you have a donation for us though, Pippy?
I do. I have a donation if you would like it.
For sure.
Because I've got $25 here from Pitman Lionhouse, who says, that cutscene was absolutely cursed. Glad we could deliver. But it had us howling. This donation goes towards Cuddles with the floofiest link, Wolf Link. Let's go Fatales and reach that 1 million milestone for Malala Fund. Woo!
So
Less
hype.
than 3. Thank you so much. And yeah, quick reminder that we are like, I think about $4,000 shy of reaching $1 million lifetime raised for Malala Fund here at Fatales. Super exciting. I believe in us. Can we get there by the end of the night? I believe in the power of chat. And wolves.
Get those donations in.
Yeah.
I didn't quite aim right there.
Ooh. That's a hard throw.
Yeah, you have to be Kobe to get that throw.
Yeah.
First try.
Go hoops. Swish.
Sports words.
Sports.
Sports.
I guess I can...
Oh my goodness. For me?
We did have a question for you, Pippi. Sorry, I just wanted to ask because we've seen your Fatales or the prizes for Fatales, and we're wondering how does one win prizes?
For Fatales are in fact based on if you donate more than the amount that the prize is set for, then you will be automatically entered to win. So there are plenty of fun prizes available right now. And like at any point during this run, the runs around it, you can donate. There's some for as low as $5. There's some for as much as $25 or $50, and you will get automatically entered to win those prizes, and a random winner will be selected once the event is over. So if you want to check out, we should have some links to those prizes that would allow you to see what's available.
I was saying... Okay.
Okay.
All right, everyone, we are just scaring away some of the tech wolfos. They were being a little bit rude. The tech wolfos were being a little bit rude. We took away their toy. Don't worry about that. It's okay. Everything will be fine. All they are doing is actually secretly doing their part to help us meet $80,000 by the end of the run. They're being so kind and giving us some more time, which as speedrunners in a speedrunning community, I do believe that time is often of the essence. So, wow, what an awesome gift, actually. I decide to look at this as a positive. We do also have, what a wonderful time for me to announce, that also we have a new incentive that was just opened for our upcoming run, which will be after Twilight Princess Any Percent it has concluded. After we have had Leg Day with Link, which is coming, we will be doing a Hollow Knight run, and we have an incentive open for that right now for One-Handed Path of Pain. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this game, Hollow Knight. I've heard a lot of people talking about recently. No idea why. If you want me to know, you could probably inform me about all of the reasons why I should know what Hollow Knight is. I'm sure it's fine. But importantly, our runner, Sawayoshi, has heard of Hollow Knight, and if met, they will complete Hollow Knight's most difficult platforming challenge with only one hand, which should be super, super impressive. But I can't promise that unless we meet that incentive, which is currently set for $3,000. And remember, every dollar that we raise for Malala Fund right now, today, anytime, is also helping us get ever closer to raising $1 million total for Malala Fund over the existence of Fatales. The number we need to hit to make that a reality is $83,700. That will put us over the 1 million mark. So, hey, if we add 3,000 to our current total, we get like really, really close to that number. Like really close. Like, I'm a speedrunner, I can't count. How do you do math? It's really close, I believe. Right? I think so. But thank you so much, everybody who's donated, not just for this event, but for all Fatales events in general, for helping us get ever closer to $1 million. That's a really awesome thing for our community to have accomplished. As femme speedrunners, you have power, we have power, we can raise money for charity and also play games super, super fast. Just saying. While we are waiting for the Tech Wolfos to run along now, run along, I do have some lovely time to read you some donations to keep the Twilight Princess mood rolling, because we do have $200 that came in from Uranium Anchor, who says, Wolfman Link, Wolf Link. There were no spaces in that. Exciting and very hard to read. I love it. I've also got $25 here from Dave Trans Rights, who says, trans rights matter. Queer rights matter. Can't wait to see what the next GDQ has to offer. Thank you, Michael, for showing me GDQ. Let's get to 1 million. $5 train? Ooh, what a good idea, Dave Trans Rights. You're full of good ideas. Did you know that? You got a lot of them in there. All right, and just like that, I have received word that the wolf is back, everyone. Please take it away, Midnaliin.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Having a bit of technical difficulties there. We're just gonna do another countdown here. So I'll unpause in 3, 2, 1, go. And we are actually in Stupid Room. Yay! And we're gonna get on this platform.
I'm just gonna quickly shout out the tech team here. They are rad, and thank you for getting us back up and going so quickly.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much to all of the behind-the-scenes team working to make Flame Fatales and all of the events that GDQ runs happen, because so many people working here are volunteers lending their expertise. Super appreciated. Doing a great thing.
So that room was called Stupid Room. 1, because it's stupid, and 2, because it makes you feel stupid when you do it wrong. But Mid did it really well, so
Yeah, we got
she was not stupid today.
Yes, but we still have to do reverse stupid room, so we'll see. There might be more stupidity to be had. And we have some more Zant heads here to kill. They get ramped up a little bit for our second soul hunt here, so we're getting our second soul ball. So we're gonna have to kill Phantom Zant again. And then the hand is going to chase us through the other end of the palace.
You hardly even saw the hand the first time you were going so fast.
Yeah. We have to go make sure we go fast to not see the hand because Meewix gets very scared by the hand.
I do. I get very scared. As soon as we entered Palace, I just started sweating. I hate it.
I didn't quite get the LJ, but that's alright. We can just claw shot up. If you fall in that fog, unfortunately you do transform. Oh.
The scariest fog of all, the fog that turns you into a wolf inexplicably. I don't remember the lore reason why that happens. I find it quite confusing.
Oh, it's just transform fog.
Oh, right. Regular run-of-the-mill transform fog.
That's right. Okay, so there's another audio cue here.
And I should be able to do a combo at the end. That one went much better than the first.
Yeah, so Phantom Zant can spawn in, I believe it's 6 spawns the first time and then 9 spawns the second time. And when you start the fight, you're facing towards the big scary hand. And the only way to know where Phantom Zant is by hearing the sound of him appearing. So usually during the Phantom Zant fights, the runners are listening for the audio cues of where Zant is, because if you get to him too slowly, he throws his energy ball, and then that loses a lot of time since you have to wait for him to finish jumping around. And the amount of time that it takes for him to stop doing that is RNG, so it can be pretty punishing.
Yeah, it's also, we were just playing with a lot of RNG if you let him throw his ball, because sometimes you'll get lucky and nothing will actually happen, but then other times he'll summon in his babas or those like squeebles, and you'll have to kill them before you're able to fight him again.
And I think squeeble is a community thing. I think they're everybody calls them squeebles, but I think that's not what they're actually called.
I don't know the canon name for those guys.
It's Twilight vermin, and I only know that because that's what Tuffy calls them.
Okay.
Tuffy's another.
Squeebles sound so much cuter.
Mm-hmm. And they look like squeebles.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Squeebles
Stupid
makes
room.
them a lot less hateable than just vermin. This is reverse stupid room. It's very easy to fall here, especially if those bats aren't nice. That's why I was trying to hit them with the boomerang, just to get them my way to kill them, because it's a little RNG, sometimes they'll hit you and just cause problems. But just like that, we have both of our soul balls. So we're gonna go and get we like to call it the butter sword, but it is the light sword, the light master sword. And that's going to help us cut through all of our transformation fog coming up. We'll have a little cutscene for that.
I appreciate that it's the butter sword, not the butter knife.
Yeah.
A butter knife would cut butter, but a butter sword is a sword made of butter. So what I'm getting at is that a butter knife is mightier than a butter sword. Yeah?
I never even thought about calling it a butter knife.
Yeah, I never thought of that. I think Pippi created the new community term for the butter sword. It's the butter knife now.
You're gonna have to change your split name for it, Mid.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not butter sword.
Oh my god. The puns just keep getting better and better.
Is it called the butter sword because it's yellow, or is it the butter sword because it like cuts through stuff like butter?
I always thought it was just because it was yellow and glowy, but I don't know.
Maybe both.
Okay, so we previously called for a Twilight Princess Zelda lore authority. We might need a other authorities to come tell us why our sword is butter.
We need a butter connoisseur.
Exactly. That's exactly who we need. Anybody in chat know what kind of butter this sword is?
Is it the margarine sword?
Oh, I did not kill everybody.
Oh. What are other kinds of butter?
Well, there are multiple types of milk, so does that mean that there are multiple types of butter?
I feel like there has to be. Like, different, like, flavored butter, at least. Maybe, like, berries and butter. I don't know. Strawberry butter.
Y'all, anybody want to send in some donations to Malala Fund to tell us what your favorite kind of butter is? I'm not sure what type of answers we'll get. I'm really unclear, but is there berry butter? I genuinely need to know.
And let's get creative. Don't just say butter.
So we're on to the second segment of Palace now. This is where we're going to be getting the boss key and going to Zant. So there's a couple ways to do this room. You can get the boss key first, which is what I'm doing. It's just a little bit easier. Or you can get the boss key second after you kill the Zant head on the other side of the room. The only difference with that is you're going to have the 3 Zant heads shooting at you when you're going to be claw-shotting that little area that you just see me do. And it makes it a little bit harder to obviously claw-shot that when you have people shooting at you.
That's
so I just did it first to get it out of the way, and now I'm going to go to the other side of the room to get the Zant head. And that's going to spawn in the 3 Zant heads and the other 3 Zant heads needed to get the small key to leave this room. Yeah,
so
then we'll just have
quiz
yeah.
for the people who have been paying attention. How many Zant heads have there been in this room?
Oh no.
Oh man.
Counting. That's scarier than the hands.
A real trick question. So here's our 3 Zant heads. And just go ahead and kill them since we already got our boss key. Grab this heart. Palace is another place where it's really easy to get low on hearts. So you just want to make sure you pick them up whenever you can. That's also why we get the heart containers after Eel and Argrok, just to have a little bit more health for this dungeon in particular. And also, Arbiters can be a little bit tricky for health. But we're going into this room now. This is early platform room. So it's called early platform room because there's a few things that you can do to get the platform on its first cycle, or the earliest cycle. And that way you don't have to wait for it once you get to the top. So what I'm going to do is call Midna, and that's going to pause the platform to give me a little bit more time. And we'll kill all of these guys, and we're going to do a couple Palace LJAs. We call them Palace LJAs just because they work a little bit different than normal LJAs, just because there's a void, but you don't really see it. It's behind the wall. So it's a little bit more tricky to get sometimes. But we got it there, and you get on this one. Just to be a little bit faster, because we have to beat this platform. So it's this one up here. See, it's going to be headed this way. But by the time I get to the other location, it should be coming my way again, which is really nice. Let's target this guy. And now you can... I'm still going to make it. No, I'm not.
Oh, did you fall?
Yeah. I was just like slightly too slow there. Sometimes you've seen that I, what's it called? Like I did a jump attack when I fell. And sometimes that can give you a little more leeway, but I was just slightly too late. Not a big deal. I might play it a little more safe this time, hopefully.
While we're getting our way back there, do you have time for a couple of donations?
We do.
Because we have $25 from Yukapo, who just says, peanut butter!
Peanut butter's cool.
Do you use the sword to scoop peanut butter?
Ooh, maybe.
I have more questions.
I think I'm confused about what the definition of butter is.
Yeah? We also have $25 from Railcoon, who says, butter, lore, swords. Okay, maybe not an authority, but the Link to the Past community always called the yellow sword the butter sword because the color of yellow in that game really does look like butter. So I assume butter sword was just a carryover from another Zelda game? That being said, butter knife. Oh, but also one-handed Hollow Knight, please. Agreed. What a good idea. Thank you so much for donating. If anybody happened to miss it during the Wolfos attack, we did open up our next incentive to get to see one-handed Path of Pain during our Hollow Knight run coming up just a little bit later. So please, if you would like to see that impressive feat of skill, get your donations in. Push that little incentive button. It likes to get attention. Everybody needs attention sometimes, and the incentive button really likes attention. And incentives.
Oh, and Pippi, I don't know if when we cut out, you were talking about the really, really cool art that people are making that you can sign up for with the donations.
Oh, yeah. As I was saying before, when you put in your donation, you are automatically entered to win all of the prizes that are currently available in our current block. So it's anything as low as $5 or $10 up to like $50 for some of them. So yeah, if you are interested in any of that gorgeous art, please get your donations in.
I was saying to Mid before she started the run that I really liked the resin rupees.
Ooh, we do love some rupees.
Very pretty.
We're fighting our second last boss here. This is Zant. He is the villain of the underworld, who is also helping Ganondorf.
Maybe do a safety save here, Mid.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. I will actually, maybe I will just before starting that water segment.
Yeah, wherever feels most comfortable.
Yeah.
Mid's just going to do a safety save because there is a Morpheal section of this fight, and if you run out of water bombs, it doesn't soft lock you, but it's really annoying to get more of them, and it loses a lot of time, so it's easier just to safety save in
Do that now before I forget.
in one of these situations, in a showcase situation.
I do think we should have lots of bombs, but then we also had a bit of analog glitch there. Sometimes the controller thinks you're going the game thinks you're going a certain way when you're not actually holding that direction. Yeah, but we want to have bombs as well for Hyrule Castle, so it's better just to be safe than sorry here. Yeah, but this is the water segment with Zan. This is kind of like the Morpheal phase where we're going to use the water bomb refills. It is a little bit safer than Morpheal. It doesn't have as much RNG components. We're just going to do our first combo. The deal with Zant is you need to have at least 2 combos each phase for him to go to his next phase. Oh, I need a bomb there. There we go. So that was the first combo. Now we just need to go do our second combo. What I'm going to do to make this a little bit more consistent is I'm going to walk to the second grass patch and just look to the farthest Zant head from Link. And that is a guarantee that Zant is going to show up in that Zant head. So we're just going to go over to him and do our second combo. We just have to grab him before his door closes. If his door closes, that becomes like an RNG thing, and that becomes like, that's when it becomes like very dangerous to be there because you can run out of bombs pretty easily. And when you run out of bombs, your run dies, which is why we safely saved.
Yeah, it's very easy to lose your run to Zant if you're not paying attention.
Sure.
And like Mid said, Zant always spawns in the Zant head that is furthest away from Link. But if you go too early to swim to him, you can have him spawn in a Zant head that you didn't want him to spawn in. So it's very easy to have mistakes happen in that section.
For sure.
And then this is the one part of the game where we need... Yeah, you cannot damage Zant here without the ball and chain. That whole 10-minute excursion to Snow Peak is just for this.
Zant skip when?
Glitch hunters, get on it.
Yeah, seriously.
That being said, the music is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the phases are so cool. Like the remixes.
That was very clutched up there. I thought I was going to have to redo one of the phases.
Nice.
This phase, it's hard to get quickly because you have to stab him at just the right moment here. You can only stab him once like that. And then you can just spin attack to end him off here. So very clean Zant segment there. And we're going to go into our last dungeon, which is Hyrule Castle.
Well done. That was a very good Zant fight.
Thank you.
I will miss the music dearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only problem about speedrunning is that you don't get to listen to all the really awesome music.
And all the awesome cutscenes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Do you have a moment for a couple more donations as we're heading out? Because I have $5 here from Peek-and-See, who says, I hope this butter mystery gets clarified for us soon. Maybe someone will make a suggestion that sticks. Anyway, this run is goated. Let's keep rocking towards that million. Thank you so, so much. And I would like to say, this is not a drill. Less than $200 away from $80,000. Y'all, I believe it. Can we get 80,000 by the end of this run? It would put us so close to hitting the 1 million for Malala Fund.
There's about 20 minutes left, so make sure to get your donations in.
So we're going into Castle Town now. This is where Hyrule Castle is located. The barrier is going to be gone with a very interesting cutscene that we actually do get to watch. We're going to do one of the mailman skips in this route. Because if you miss this one, the mailman loads you up with like 7 letters, so we don't want that to happen. So we'll skip that, and I'll just equip my bombs. So actually we have 4 bombs left, which is pretty hype. It's a lot for going into Hyrule. The step up clip actually allows us to save a lot of bombs too, because we usually only use one bomb to kill the 2 Stalfos, whereas before you would use 2 bombs to kill all 3 of them. So, alrighty, we're gonna go into what is known as the Squidna cutscene. We'll see the barrier being destroyed. Always gotta bonk.
I wonder why
into
it's called Squidna.
It's also a very long cutscene, which is a nice break for runners near the end of the run.
Okay, which is scarier, Squidna or the Link abomination we made earlier? Thoughts?
The abomination.
Definitely the abomination.
Which I think if people missed it, they can go back and watch the VOD, right? To see?
Yep. All of the runs on Clan Fatales will be uploaded later as VODs to YouTube. They also, we have replays and stuff in our off hours that you can look at. There are plenty of opportunities to go see the immortalized sin that is half wolf, half Link, all wonk.
Very cursed. More cursed than Midna.
Just like that, our barrier is down and we can go beat the final boss. Another big question in this game and explored heavily was, how can we skip this barrier? And that would be such a huge time save. That would be like Wind Waker levels of time save, because they also found their barrier skip. How long ago was that? Probably like, I say like 4 or 5 years ago?
Is that like 2018?
2018, yeah, that was like a while ago now, like 7 years ago.
I don't... somebody should fact check me on that.
It's sort of a controversial topic for TP speedrunners on whether or not they want barrier skip to be found, because on one hand, beating game fast is good, but then on the other hand, a lot of us really love the game and really love playing the game, so
Exactly.
to be able to have the speedrun be a lot shorter is kind of sad to a lot of us. And the nice thing about Twilight Princess Any Percent is that you do get to play a lot of the game. It's a pretty long speedrun for Any Percent, especially compared to other Zelda games. So it's kind of contested in the community on whether people really want that or not.
And you guys will notice I just did a quick skip and then rolled away from that. It's a way to skip that barrier, and then you can skip fighting all of those guys. And
Oh, wait, so we do have
to...
barrier skip.
Well, yeah, I guess we have some barrier
Yeah.
skips. Just not the barrier
Pippy,
skip.
you found it.
We were doing it the whole time.
Oh. Yeah, but this is KB4. This is the last time we're going to see King Bulblin. He is blocking my attacks now.
It's the most annoying of the King Bulblins.
Yeah, no, KB1 takes the cake for that. The routes that fight him anyway.
Actually, that's true. KB1 is the most annoying.
Or KB2, that or KB2, because that's the escort mission.
And we didn't even talk about like the KB1 trigger, but there are a lot of times where you start the KB1 fight where you really, really, really didn't want to do that. So people don't like King Bulblin 1. But in this case, whoa, he gave us a small key.
And he talked to us. That's crazy.
Did y'all know that enemies in Zelda games can talk?
Jumping on the bandwagon.
There may be some moral complications with that revelation, but
So we'll just save warp. It's just faster than doing barrier skip again.
We
So
found
brings us
it
to
and
the
then
start.
didn't do it twice.
But don't worry, we'll do it again right now.
Yeah,
but a
so we have
different
barrier
barrier.
skip 3. So this is the other barrier skip.
And this one is brutal to miss.
Yeah, you have to
because
save warp if you miss it.
Yeah, because just like fighting the enemies takes forever.
So I'm going to use the ball and chain again. This is another use for, as I was saying, the mini bosses, especially the dark nuts. You can kill them a lot faster with the ball and chain, which is nice. So you get his armor off. Notice I'm just doing single hits. You don't want to combo a dark nut just because it is a little bit slower than just doing single hits. And then we can use the ball and chain. Oh, didn't quite get that. Okay. Oh. He does not want to get ball and chain today.
He's doing a lot of
I don't know.
evasive maneuvers.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ball and chained
There we
any
go.
day. Personally, like, I don't blame him.
Like, it would probably hurt a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like 10 out of 10 on the pain scale, I think, to be hit by a ball and a chain.
Yeah, not the most fun experience ever. And now we have to figure out the lantern puzzle. If only we already had the solution.
Everybody send sevens. Give your luck to Mid so she can figure it out.
Oh no, not randomized puzzles.
Randomized puzzles. How is she ever going to solve it?
Okay, if there are only 4 lanterns, and you got it.
We got it.
Were you going to do a math thing, Pippi?
Was gonna try to figure out how many solutions there could be.
Ooh,
I don't know
We're gonna
though.
try
I'm
to
bad
find
at
this
math.
To get
me
the
too.
If anybody knows
I
how
can
many
get 'em,
solutions there would be, please tell me. And then I can finish my cool math joke.
So these Dynalphos are part-time Dynalphos, part-time soccer players, and if you throw the bomb in front of them, they will bend it like Beckham. Is that the right way to use that phrase? But they will kick the bomb far away from themselves so they don't get blown up. So you kind of have to have really good timing.
Do you have time for a quick interruption?
Yes.
we do.
Because we just got a $500 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much. And all they would like to say to us is less than 3.
Aw.
That is so generous of you and so sweet, and also puts us over $80,000. Y'all,
That is so hype.
so many goals have been
amazing.
crushed today.
Thank you all for watching and donating and chatting. This has been so much fun.
Yeah. It's always
That's
fun
incredible.
to support a great cause and have people. You guys are very nice for supporting a great cause as well.
It's such a lovely community. I'm happy that people find support here and
Yeah.
love watching games they love. It's pretty cool.
And these are all the friends that Link definitely just spent so much time with and didn't like push around or use for his own gain. But they're gonna save us here.
I think that's the in-game representation of chat. The bazooka or whatever it is sevens.
Yes, the lucky
Yes, the-
7 bazooka.
The I think the only bazooka in the Zelda franchise, right?
I can't think of another one.
The one and only and best bazooka.
So
The
get
bazooka
our
of friendship.
So now we're going into our final tower climb. There are a few movements that are a little bit faster, especially with the block puzzle room. You can kind of just run through it if you roll and jump fast enough. Because usually you have to turn into wolf and get guided through this. But as long as you are fast and you just follow this little straight path here, it's really no problem at all. Then we will kill more lizards.
I really like Tower Climb. I think it's my favorite part of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. Super hype. I do like the tower block room. I didn't like it as so much when I was learning because I would always fall there and die there, but it's kind of like satisfying to run through there now.
Not gonna lie, I still do that probably 50% of the time.
No!
Before we head into our final boss gauntlet, do you have time for one more quick donation?
We do.
We got $50 from Frolic, who just says, "This was my first Zelda game. Excellent choice." It was mine too. Good choice.
Mine
Thank you so
too.
much, Frolic.
It was my first one too. Oh.
Samesies.
Twilight Princess is the best.
So that Dark Nut skip there that Mid just did by claw-shotting the lantern is surprisingly new. Like, you would think that was discovered as soon as the game came out, but I don't know exactly how new, but I feel like it's like 5 years or something, and the game is almost 20. Yeah, maybe somebody can fact check me in chat.
Fighting that Dark Nut forever.
Yeah.
Oh man, the laggy Dark Nut. You fight that Dark Nut, it's so laggy.
So we're entering the final boss battle of Twilight Princess. There is a frame-perfect crash that you can do at the beginning of this Zelda fight. If you pull the item wheel the same frame that the Zelda banner pops up, the game goes brr. So people sometimes intentionally try to do it on bad runs because it's funny, but also every now and then we get a person who's new to speedrunning the game and they get the Zelda crash, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
No.
Who was our new person that did that the other day? Wasn't it Heimlich? Or it was somebody?
I think TGH got it.
Oh, that's who it was. Yeah, TGH.
Yeah. And then I think he posted the clip and he was like, "Is this known?"
Is this normal?
Very unfortunate crash. So the Zelda fight, unfortunately, is RNG dependent. So the number of cycles that she does is completely RNG. The fastest she can do is 7 cycles. I forgot to start counting, but there are some attacks that take more time than other attacks. So for example, she does one that's called a Dorito, where she makes a flaming Dorito on the ground.
I think Zelda heard you there.
Oh, did she?
Zelda, stop listening. Stop listening.
I'm so sorry. I manifested a Dorito. But her swoop attack is faster. And then, of course, we want her to fire 3 energy balls at us and reflect them with the sword. You can also reflect them with, you guessed it, the bottle. And lastly, with the shield, if you do shield bash, but it's also called shield attack. So, because I think
I love how you're like, you guessed it, the bottle. Like, no one guessed that.
I think it's like a common Zelda thing.
Is it?
I know
I guess,
Ocarina of Time they do it. Yeah. And they must have like intentionally put that in the game, so I think that's really cute.
Alright, so just like that, the first phase is down, and now we gotta do Beast Ganon. Beast Ganon can be a little bit RNG if you mess up the first 2 combos, but if you get the first 2 combos right, he is pretty consistent. So let's see if we can get those done. I'm gonna start another use to the ball and chain right here. Stopping Beast Ganon.
Beast Ganon can be punishing towards the end of a run. If you fail any of the combos, it's unfortunate time loss.
Yeah, but you see, I got the first combo, so that's a guarantee he's going to get in the corner. If you failed that first combo, he could go in the corner or he could go into a portal. So luckily, you did get the guarantee on that.
Nice. And then also, this boss fight is a very laggy part of the game
thanks,
as well. And the lag reduction strat is to look away from the throne at the very front of the room, as that is where all the lag comes from. So you'll see a lot of people will intentionally try to not look at the throne.
Why is the chair so laggy?
It's a good question.
Maybe because of barriers there? I'm not sure.
How many polygons are on that chair?
Nice, very good, B-Scannon.
Yeah, that was clean. We got the first 2 combos, so it was very quick and easy there. So now we're going into the second last phase, which is the horseback phase, where Epona needs to... you actually aim the arrow, fun fact, with Epona. So I always say Epona is the one that's the sniper. But we need to shoot him 3 times and spin attack him 3 times as well to knock him down for the last phase of the fight, which is the sword fight.
And there are some predetermined patterns that horseback can do. So people try to keep an eye out for which pattern they're seeing in order to predict where he's going to go.
Epona was not a sniper there. So just like that, he's knocked off his horse, and then we'll go into the sword fight where we hear all about Ganon's desires to blot out the light.
And we're going to be at time soon.
Oh yes, we're going to be at time.
Time would also
be the end blow.
Make sure to keep an eye on this fight, because this is probably one of the hardest fights in the game. It'll be really, really difficult, so make sure to keep your eyes open to see how Mid does it. Impressive looking.
And Ganon's sword is not as cool as ours.
His sword is not made of butter.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And we see the Dark Lord Ganondorf.
Time for an epic final battle.
And we will put the boots on, the lantern. Okay. And that's time.
GG. Good job, Mid.
Thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting a great cause.
That was a really, really good run. GG.
That was that was clean. And we will see Link not skip leg day here. Running to Midna. I did just want to shout out... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say Link is very dramatic about his workouts, but continue, sorry.
Yeah, I just want to shout out again the new world's record holder, JDLM, got 246. And we also do have some really talented runners. We have Nimzo, who had the record for a while, and Wildebeest, and so many. There's Doopsy, Marco, there's Glubbers, like so many people in the community that are great at the game.
And I'll
so
shout
if you
out
want to check them out, and Badamja,
and Andy from the Wii community, and then Gymnast from HD. A lot of people that have put a lot of time into the game.
Yeah, they're great. The community is great overall too. We definitely recommend you check out the TP Discord. What was the link for that again?
Discord.gg/TP.
Yeah. And also zeldaspeedrun.com. If you want to learn the speedrun, I highly recommend it. It's a super fun game.
It's a very documented speedrun.
Yeah, so much you can... I mean, it still will take you time to learn it, but all the information is there for you to learn it. So it makes it a lot easier.
Are we ready for leg day?
Let's see how all the exercise this run has paid off for Link.
aspire to be as buff one day.
Clank, 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 clank.
Or as Clanky.
And we get to see human Nina, who is OP.
Crystal again. Won't have a way there. You forget we do space. For we horse?
I feel so blessed to see Chet responding to the clanks.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And that's The Legend of
is
Zelda
all.
Twilight Princess.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you so much for having us on. This was really,
Yes.
really fun.
Thank
Super
you for
cool.
hosting, Pippi. Thanks for having us. It was an honor.